Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to Windrose. Hey, Alpha. Hope you're doing well. And hope you all are doing well. I know it's been a bit since the last stream. Doing like once a week, maybe twice a week these days. Not a whole lot of new game stuff has been coming out that I've been interested in. So, been chipping away at Windrose and some other stuff. And then I've been taking this time to just get a whole bunch of work done since it's a little slower in the gaming world. So, everything's been going well on my end over here. And hopefully you all have been having some good weeks, good start to the summer. Hey, Glitch, welcome in. Hey, it's going good, it's going good. Hope you're doing well too. You're early today, you're right at the beginning. So yeah, the plan for today, you guys, is to keep working on the pirate shipwreck on my island. Super excited to continue that. Really appreciate all the inspiration that you all were giving me and everything in the last live stream. So, yeah, can't wait to continue. Love the thumbnail. Did you experiment with the profile of it? A tiny bit. And, yeah, I mean, so I did a little bit of, like, temporary stuff to the captain's quarters and stuff like that. So, we'll probably end up redoing some stuff today. I really haven't worked on it much since the last stream. So, yeah, I can't wait to get back in. Sparks, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Excited you're finally able to catch a live. Heck yeah, welcome back. Appreciate you stopping by. So yeah, that's what we'll do today. Go ahead and jump in. This is what we've got. And yeah, you'll see on this back how I just changed a couple little things around, and that's what I'm gonna show you today. Because yeah, there's a couple little things that I started messing around with just to get the shape of this this captain's quarters just a little bit more. Let's see here. I guess still got to do all the stairs and everything going up because we just did this front one. So first of all, I just temporarily kind of placed like a little bit of like a mast or something there to start with. You know, we'll change it all around. And then I moved the stairs for the quarters in by 1/2 block, so 1 meter. The reason for that is because I decided to slope the top of this captain's quarters in a bit, which is all the more reason in the last stream why we went with the higher ceiling, so that I actually had room above the windows to slope it in, because I think that just looks really, really good to kind of slope in like that. Creates a lot of nice depth on the back here. And I was kind of looking at the frigate and stuff the other day in the brig, and I'm like, oh, it kind of slopes in a little bit and has this cool like fence post design that goes around the back that we could do. So yeah, I'm really excited to try to mess with that. This is about where like the steering wheel could go, you know, the helm, and then we could, you know, kind of blend it up in with these curved pieces with the mahogany there, which is kind of what I've done on both sides. So that's all I did since the last stream. Just a little bit of, you know, design ideas for how I could do this upper portion. And then I was almost thinking I might want to do the same thing to the lower portion in terms of, like, almost tapering it down. I just think that could look really nice. Because, yeah, proportionally, I like the way it's, looking right now. And we could definitely sort of take some tapered pieces on the bottom. And yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes, but that's the plan for today. We'll keep working on it, because I'm definitely happy with how it's turning out so far. Good so far. Cannot fit the spiral stairs. Oh, you're saying up to the captain's court, or the like helm area? I probably could. I'll try. We'll see what that looks like, because yeah, be interesting. It'll look cool when it's finished. Yeah. No, I can't wait. I think it's gonna look at least enough like a ship, and the masts are gonna be hard. Those are gonna be kind of difficult. I'm almost thinking for the masts, we may have to do some real rigging to make it work in terms of trying to get like pillars and beams and almost like circling them. So like, you know, because these are too skinny for a mast of a ship this big, right? So what we're probably going to have to do is, like, you know, let's just say place one of them. You know, we're just going to do a little, like, test mast here, right? We're probably going to have to place one of them, and then, like, you know, let's see here. 1, 2, and, like, 3. Is 3 going to be enough? 2, 3. Yeah, that could work. 2, 3. And, like, we're probably gonna have to, like, build our own mast by free placing these things. Yeah, more free placing. I know. It's crazy. But I think, you know, something like this, because it's gonna need to be wider, you know, maybe a little bit narrower than that. But especially for the center mast, it's going to be bigger than just one of these poles, right? That's not going to look proportionally good. At least I don't think so. You know, I guess for these, well, you know, I kind of want to see what they, width-wise, what they are on this guy. So maybe it's not too bad, but the quarterdeck, okay, yeah, that's for above the captain's quarters. Yeah, so these are a little bit wider, but not by a whole lot, you know, mostly just kind of the bottom sections. So yeah, we could probably go fairly narrow with the mast, at least narrower than that little test thing that I did. We could do it with the little beams is more like it. So I'm gonna see what that looks like. Twiny, welcome in, hope you're doing well. Looking nice, heck yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe the smaller ones for the mast. I don't know. I was on a mast rant right now, so we'll see what looks good. Yeah, because this is too wide. Maybe for a ship that's like really, really big, but maybe these guys would be more the size I'm going for. Like, let's see. Let's do these in a full circle. Let's see what that looks like. That's probably more like it. Yeah, there we go. That's probably gonna be the size of the masts that stick up. I don't know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of that? Something like that, and then I can just turn the snapping back on, essentially, and, you know, go all the way around, and just infinitely stack it up as high as we need, to create the height we need. But that way, that's kind of the circumference of the mast. I think that proportionally that's probably about the size I'd want for this ship. I don't know if I could see that from back here yet, but yeah, I'm thinking something along those lines. If I take a look from, yeah, that looks about right. I did a few of those. Definitely better than something super skinny, so we'll go with that. I think that'll be nice. Alright, so yeah, for the captain's quarters now. I wanted to, or I guess this would be the bottom of the officer's quarters, this little lower portion. So, we want to build some staircase stuff getting up there. A little bit of scaffolding and all, so that I can work well all the way around this section. Oop. Let's see, let's just kind of climb up to there. So big question here is height-wise, what would look good? Because I want to taper this down. I just think that would look good. So like we could do it like that and go underneath what we already have there. But I'm wondering if that's too tall or if that's actually right. I guess with this rock shadow here makes it a little bit harder to see. But yeah, my question was, do we taper it below like that? Because I just kind of want to taper it in just a tiny bit on the bottom. I think that would look nice. So we could do it either there or do what I did for the top and destroy these pieces, right? And then taper it, you know, here, essentially, to where it would go like that. And then we destroy that, you know, and do like the angled beam, 45 degree right over here. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, something like that, and we'd replace that little piece. So what do you guys think? You think this little section here should taper and go right up to the window? Or do you think it should be one taper lower? Let me go to the stairs and fences. You know, it's a little thing, but proportionally could make all the difference in how this looks. So we've got option A, which is the higher taper, option B, the lower one. And what do you guys think looks best? You know, if I back away, if we look at it relative to the whole ship, considering that some of the first half of it's going to be underwater if it was there, what do you guys think? The underside, you think this one here, the option B with the lower one, looks pretty good. Keep in mind, masts are from the keel up. Yeah, all the way from the bottom. All the way from the bottom up. for sure. We'll have to do that. The higher taper looks better, you think? The lower taper for you, Glitch? Yeah, I think, well, the higher taper, so the higher taper looks kind of good because there's no beams in the way. I think for the lower taper, to pull it off right, we'd have to remove those beams or do, like, skinnier ones, right? Because it breaks it up too much, so we'd have to do, like, these little guys, right? Just to kind of, like, make it really flow down if we did the lower taper, but time to start a poll. All right, let's start a poll. Let's do it. I love that feature, you know, and so we're going to do that. All right, so we got higher taper versus, oh, can I, there we go, add an option. Lower, or wait, I need to, oh no, this is the, this is, okay. They changed a couple things about this. This is interesting. A couple new, stuff with the poles. I like it. Okay, there we go. Let's start that. And then you guys can let me know. Phillies, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Mia, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining today. Hopefully streaming and all has been good for you as well. All right, so yeah, well, we'll see what you guys think. It might be kind of close because it's very it's, I think they would both look pretty good, all things considered. We do the lower taper, we would have sort of this edge to the windows. You know, I'm kind of thinking we do it all the way around the base of the captain's quarters there, the whole section, right? So keep in mind the map. Yeah. So I'm kind of thinking, you know, a lot of stuff. Enjoy the build videos. Tavern made you get Windrose. Oh heck yeah! Hey, I'm glad to hear. Yeah, it's such an awesome game. I really like it. Definitely in my my top 3 building games. That's for sure. All right. I'll leave the poll up for like a couple more minutes, and then we'll see what you guys think. But yeah, I think the big thing is if we do that lower taper, we still get to keep the back section. So let me show you guys what I mean by that. Like if we build ourselves some scaffolding back here, if we do the higher taper, that means we cut into here, right? We would destroy these, and we'd come right down from the windows, which still looks really good. And I'm kind of, you know, wondering like, oh, is it? Yeah, it's like it's a too high versus too low kind of a thing. But I'm kind of debating what would look best for that captain's quarter area. The other thing about the higher taper that I'm kind of wondering is it kind of breaks up this consistent line, because you guys can see the, kind of floating on the rock there. You guys can see with the lower taper, this line right here that kind of differentiates the vertical side from the one that slopes in. This line, if we do the lower one, would continue all the way across. Whereas with the upper slope there, with the upper taper, we kind of break up that line, which could add a little bit more like variation and texture. Just have it look, I don't know, does the hull area and this like this quarters area, does this sit a little bit above the keel hold and like hull area of the ship, or is it more like in line? You know, that's what I kind of want to look at. If we check out the ship over here, it's kind of in line. You know, it's very similar. If we look at the way the lines kind of go, if I look at it sloping down, and then this gold line in the center that goes right out the back, maybe it tapers a little higher up, but it's pretty close. So yeah, I'd say we'll see. We can see how they look, but if I really don't like one or the other, we can test it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll. You guys like the lower taper for the most part. Okay, that's very close, as we suspected. Very, very close. The stern castle is what I'm trying to say. Okay, cool. Needs a little rounding. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to make the back a little less square. Exactly. Yeah, that's what we're essentially going to do with that taper there, just a little bit. Addicted had to tear down your lighthouse and restart due to structural integrity issues. Oh, yeah. Yep, Windrose does have all that. Definitely. The steep angle wall under the captain's quarters set the angles back in the front instead of the side? Oh, wait. So the captain quarters would be deeper as it approaches the mid of the ship. So like, let's see here. Like a angled wall, like in here. You're saying? Wait. Let me sleep. I do actually have a bed in the ship now. I put a bed in the ship. So to angle it into the actual ship body rather than having like the harsher edge there. I think I understand what you're saying. So let me go and sleep up here. It's very dark right now. I put myself a little bed in the captain's quarters up here. Because yeah, getting the shape of this right, I feel like will really define that ship look there. Okay, yes, captain's quarters. So the whole back section is essentially the stem castle then. Gotcha. And gal, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. The smell of roses in the air. Hey, Isaac. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. So what you're saying is, rather than having this harsh, like this edge here, I should do something like this, where I like rotate a wall in like that. Or is that what you're saying? To kind of blend those a bit. The steep angled wall, but you said use it under. I don't know if we have the steep angled walls. These are the wall ones. We have these, right? But they're stone, you know, for that. But you're referring to using the angle wall that you use for the keel. Oh, yeah. So like these were all free placed, all the free placed beams, like those steep ones there. We'll see, because I kind of like the idea of bumping out pretty steep in here with the 45 versus the top, which is a little bit more shallow. I'm not sure, though. Or you're saying underneath this, so like... so do this, and then like fully blend it in. So like go to pillars and beams, and then like do the steep section like that, you know? And then, oh, that's, I don't want to destroy that there. And then pretty sure, well, actually no, that is the right spot. Okay, so like doing like that, you know, and then eventually it's got to blend into the ship, which is why that 45 was kind of, you know, I don't want it to blend to the ship. We kind of would have this little flat section, so I don't know, something along those lines though. And I was thinking the 45s because we have these nice solid planks that could go underneath that kind of look like little supports, which I thought could be kind of cool. Poison, welcome in. Mostly lurking today. It was being a bully. His ship's looking fantastic. I'm sorry work's putting up a fight for you. Well, you know, you can always quit work and just watch Windrose. No problem at all. Hope you're doing well. All right, yeah, we'll go with the lower then. I think the thickness of it will be nice. So let me go ahead and continue out like that, and we will bring this up a little bit. This section is above the water line and doesn't need to be. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't need to be that smooth transition. Yes, exactly. Which is partly like that's why I was thinking possibly the upper one, but we'll see. If I do it below and we make this transition kind of nice with, you know, some of the beams, and then like we could go with the ones that go straight across and essentially tying right into the keel hold below or whatever. Then that could work out nicely. And then let's see, floors and walls. Let's do the full side with the lower one, since that's what you guys voted for, and we'll see how it looks. And then if it proportionally doesn't look as good, then we'll change it up a little bit. All right, let's go across with those stairs and fences, and put this one over here. All right, so that's kind of how it would look, and then we'd take pillars and beams, probably with the wide one, and go, you know, have like a nice little edge to those down there. So that's what the lower one. Yeah, I agree, you guys are right. The lower one looks good. And then it kind of keeps the lines consistent there. We could even do like some cool stripe line underneath the cannons or something cool. I don't know, I think that could be kind of cool. Keel is the spine, ribs, bones, deck siding is the skin. Okay. Some more of this, more of the framework I've got going on down here. So this, yeah, this could work out pretty nice. And then if let's see, let me go over with the stairs a little bit over here. Stairs and fences. Can I like just continue myself a little stair that's just like free placed over here, just so I can get like, yeah, there we go. And I want to destroy those, and I want to go to the walls, and we're gonna take these little inverted ones. We'd fill in like over here, right? And then I would take the little square one, put it right there. So anyway, something like that, something along those lines, where we'd have that lower portion. And I'm going to destroy this so you guys can just see that, you know, nice and clear of how that would look with that lower portion. I think that little taper, regardless, is necessary. I just like it to break up that harsh edge there. I was looking at that the other day, and it was bothering me, having the harsh edge. But with how large this ship is, I kind of agree. The lower is probably a little better, because if I do the higher one, it definitely runs the risk of making this whole oh, I gotta remember the name for this thing, the castle stack or something. Makes the whole castle stack thing a little bit small if I did the taper above it. That way we've got that nice back section for the windows and, you know, all that stuff. So so yeah, something along those lines I think would probably look good. What do you guys think? You like the lower portion there? Doing it like that? Another thing I was considering, break out the cannons, you've arrived, hey Irksome. Welcome in. The stern castle. There we go. Gotcha. I'll try to remember these things, kind of, sort of. You guys do teach me a lot about that stuff. So what I was possibly wondering is if you take a look at the ship here, notice how it actually tapers in, how the sides are rounded to where it tapers in to this back quarters area, you know, the stern castle. Right now, my ship just goes straight. What I was possibly thinking is, what if we, you know, let me do it on this side as an example. Oops, I destroyed something else, that's fine. What if we took, like, let's say two blocks like that, right? And then what if we said, hey, let's put a little taper on it. Go to floors and walls, and then just like start rotating by like one, you know, and then maybe just kind of connect it in to where it's like even with the stairs there, or something, you know, along those lines like that, right? So we could have like a full-on taper into the back, and then I would follow that same thing with that lower wall as well. I would take out this portion and do that lower wall to where it kind of tapers back into this section. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Is that a little bit, is that maybe not quite the right move for this? Because I feel like some ships probably didn't have that little taper on the back. Like, it probably doesn't matter as long as it's on the bottom. And that might make this this transition here really harsh because this sticks out so far. If we do the taper, I feel like I would have to, at the very least, taper this in by a couple, you know? Which I'm probably gonna end up doing regardless. Aging FPS, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Looking fabulous. I appreciate you. May not be worth the effort. Need to do this taper from the midship. Yeah, I do. I see what you're saying. Yeah, because it's kind of like with the pieces we have. This curve here is so long and subtle that I would have to build this ship like 10 times the size to get the proportions right. You know, because it's straight on the side there. Oh, I see what you're saying. It would look too harsh to just kind of cut in on the back. I could possibly, we're just brainstorming a little bit of ideas here. I could possibly just do it like on that little section, right? The very little back portion, so that it kind of looks like, well, actually, maybe that could work. Just the very back portion, so that it at least looks like it's narrowing down, and then I could take the little stern castle section. Let's grab the wall, this, and then I would bring this. You know, I'd probably rotate at 45, so 1, 2, 3, and then put it in by like 2 like that, so that it sort of blends in a little bit, right, on the front there. But then I don't know. What do you guys think of that? Just a tiny little taper. Let's see what that looks like from below. If I could see that happen. Ooh. I might like that, because it breaks up the boxy look of what's going on right here. If you guys follow what I'm saying, you know, because it looks a little bit. I was looking at that backside too, and I'm like, yeah, it looks a little bit boxy, and I feel like the ship, you know, I kind of like how it rounds out on these other ones. Kind of comes in like that. And I feel like that could be maybe a little nice. That could work, yeah. Yeah, maybe we could try that. Makes it less flat. It actually won't require a lot of reconstruction. This will be a very easy change, because the entire back section and the whole lower portion is, this is a very easy change, actually. Like the aesthetic of the taper, yeah, just like a little bit of something back there. Okay, let's try it. Let's do some little bit of modifying, at least on that one side. Yeah, this is a very, you know, very easy one there. Yeah, not gonna require too much to change this portion. So what we'll do is, let's see. Actually, maybe I want to be on the bottom one. I'm gonna have to get some light in here, but Grandma Boo, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining. And a bit lean back to back, like vertical lean back. Oh, I don't know what you're referring to there quite as much. I know it is gonna be a little bit hard for me to figure out what you guys are wanting me to do sometimes. All the explanations. This is great though. I absolutely love it. Okay, let's get the pillars here. So we wanted this to be, oh, this is that's 3 coming out of the edge. Oh no, yeah, that's good. Okay, so let's destroy that, and then perfect. So 1, 2, 3. So that would taper in like that. Go to floors and walls, and then we'd put in like one of those. Instead of doing this section, this would kind of taper in a little bit. So we would probably come out by, I'm going to use a pillar for this portion. So let's just kind of like, I don't know. And then we could even turn the snapping off and put a little bit of like a jagged edge on there. Floors and walls. Let's go to this one. Kind of put it in like that. Yeah, that looks kind of neat. I like that. And then you could even put like a little something there. I don't know. Ship is looking great. I appreciate you. Also, comparing a frigate to a corvette, so having a straight siding and 30 feet beam wide is totally normal. Yes, yes. Okay, that makes me feel better, yeah. It probably is. So just a little taper back here is probably going to make all the difference. I think it'll look good. And then this section here, we can just take the floor and then go in by one of these guys. And then on this little last section, just one little piece like that. So that's literally all we have to do. And then the outside, I would just have to kind of taper in the thing. Oh, vertical, slightly angled backwards. Oh, like kind of like so the whole ship was like broken on the rock. That could be kind of cool. I wish we had like a 13-degree beam, like really shallow. I was considering that, if I'm understanding what you're saying. But yeah, I was considering that. Could be very cool. Alright, so now we sort of destroy that. And then let's go and put some stairs maybe down so I can have my scaffolding. Sort of see what I'm doing over here. Okay. And then we could take this and 3, yeah, 3's pretty good. And then maybe from there down we do like a little angle. Yeah, that probably works. Yeah, I don't know, something along those lines. Could do one more below it, and then this little section in the back, so maybe we come in and then, let's see here, doors. I suppose this would technically, like, you know, more or less go like that, and then we'd have the mahogany wall still going on the side, and then I can just use my little ramp pieces at the top here to kind of blend this in, like that. Yeah, this could work. And then pillars and beams, do a little something like that, and then there, and then go right up into the stair piece there. That could work. All right. And then I'd finish off the bottom as well, you know, just to make it look nice. So let's see how that looks. Cool if you could build your own ship in Windrose. Absolutely. That would be awesome. Alright, yeah, what do you guys think of that? I think that's pretty cool. Just a little bit of a something to break it up there on that back section. Yeah, I'm really liking that. And then I'm still missing the one little angle that goes up into the side, so I'm gonna go do that. Looks cool. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I think that'll look good. A little something there. So yeah, the one thing I was missing that I wanted to do is to bring it up into the deck. So we want to go and get, let's see, I guess for this thing we'd probably need, like, you know, I kind of do like the idea of going like with one of those, and then let's see here, floors and walls. We'll see how this looks. It might be too much. I might just want like a little angle on the side, but we'll see. So like that, you know, and then that also makes these stairs kind of in that perfect position there. Looks a lot better. Didn't realize it needed the improvement there. Yeah, I just felt like something, you know, ship-wise. Ooh, yeah, I kind of like that. But maybe really, yeah. Oh no, that's probably good. That's probably good right there. It's either that right there, all right? So remember how that looks like. That's option 1. And then the only other thing I was thinking was slightly less gradual. So, I'm gonna get stuck in here. I'm gonna get stuck and get a sprained ankle on the shipwreck. So that was option one. The only other thing I was thinking for, you know, option two would just be to go with like that, you know, just a little bit of a gradual taper into it. What do you guys think? Do you like do you like this one or the one from before where it had the bigger scoop kind of going down? I don't know, they both do look decent. Hey, Still Saber, welcome in. Oh, when are we doing another episode of Subnautica? Possibly this weekend. I was really busy last weekend with some stuff, but I'll reach out to him later today, see if he's around, depending on his work schedule, and we might be able to squeeze one in. Like the first one? Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that then. Yeah, little things like this. Just add a little bit of more texture, a little less boxy and a little more like a ship, I feel like. Yeah, the bigger one has more definition. I agree. Let's go with that. So we want to go and put these ones in here. All right, and then do the big one coming down on the side like that. There we go. And then I'm almost thinking pillars and beams. Maybe the top of this could go for like, you know, a little bit of fancy trim work or something. I don't know. Could be interesting. We could even like rotate it like this and bring it around, kind of tie it into there, and then, ew, okay, that looks kind of nice. Yeah, I like this. Gonna be good. All right, so that's essentially the top side. Yeah, I like the first one as well. Hey, RC, welcome in. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I'm liking what we got going, especially once we get some of those nice, you know, railings and texture and stuff up in there. That is going to look awesome. So we could just kind of leave it shredded on that bottom portion, or let's see here. Build these stairs up now again that we can do that. And then that little piece there, technically that one I guess is not ideal as much. And then, so this section, I was almost debating tapering it in from the higher point here to where, ooh, am I actually going to be able to do that? Yeah, I can start it one block higher and then, like, bump it down in and then destroy the upper ones. So I don't know. I was debating going higher like that, but maybe it would be better to go at the same height as the rest of things. Yeah, maybe it's better to go at the same height. And what I mean by that is like, or this could be the steeper one. Ooh, actually, okay, pillars and beams. Let's go. Let's maybe do like this guy right here. And then see what I'm saying there. We could kind of like make it a little bit steeper there. I don't know. And then just bring some little guys across here, like that. Make a suggestion? Yeah, go for it, Still Saber. Yeah, that kind of gives that wrecked look for the back. I like it. Don't forget to build a big room midship, hold the powder. Yeah, the big one with where the cranes open up the top and do that. Fiazanala show. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Remove the window on the side. I don't think I want to do that. I do like the windows on the side of the quarters area here. You can use different mahogany wood beams on the back of the quarters. I could, which could be interesting. So wait, you're saying like instead of these beams, like instead of these beams, use these ones on the quarters section, so that it sort of like separates it. I mean, we really could. We could do that. Like, is that what you're saying? Try placing round staircase, have below deck storage. Yeah, I do want below deck storage. Yeah, I want to try the round staircase. We'll see if that works. So yeah, is that what you're talking about? Give it a little more of a fancy look. I do like that idea. We'll keep that in mind. Yeah, and I was thinking possibly like a mahogany stripe, you know? Doing like a stripe that runs, you know, midway down the ship, or at least some different material. So like, you know, maybe it's this mossy plank instead. So like right here, we would sort of do this, ooh. That's how we're gonna make it look more shipwrecky. We're gonna destroy little pieces here and there and do these mossy, oh, that's gonna be perfect. That's gonna be perfect. Yeah, so the staircases are coming out from below. Yeah, well, the spiral staircase would be hard to fit in this very low section. So this section's most likely just gonna have the one that goes up here. Well, it'll be a little bit farther back, and then the one that's in the back. And then these sections, though, the ones that go up here. Oh, but I see what you guys are saying. Like maybe we do spiral staircases up to this deck. But what someone was suggesting before is rather than what we've got going here with these stairs, we take the spiral stairs. These ones are too tall. We'd have to kind of glitch them in and they'd be poking through the roof. But these little guys is what I was wanting to see, like how would that look? I don't know. It might be too hard. Oh, clicked my mouse button, bumping into my keyboard. It'd be I'd have to like come out a little bit, so we'd have to go like here and then, well, let's see. I don't really know quite how I would do that. You know, I definitely could, in theory, sort of do like a little bit of a spiral staircase. Like if I came out like that, and then, okay, those. So I don't know. I'm just messing around here. Okay, and then we like turned like that. I could do something like that, right? And then continue this up with, let's go pillars and beams. So we don't have like a mahogany railing, but I could still use, you know, I could still use this one. And then we tie it into those kind of like that. I don't know. It kind of adds a fanciness to it, I guess. Bougie, yeah. And it at least matches the stairs above. I don't know. What do you guys think? Crazy thought here. Could you always, or you could always make the quarter deck top roof taller and fit the spiral stair. I could do it one little thing taller for that. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think we kind of tried that before, and I wanted the fence line to be here, so I don't know if I wanted to do it too much taller. Could do the front there a little taller, but I don't know. What do you guys think of these? You like this? You like what we've got going on here with the staircase? And then I can probably use the beam. Well, actually no, that's too fat. I need either that one, which is also I think just too big. I think for these ones I just need the skinny little primary pillars. Yeah, those ones. And then we continue up like that, and then do like, heck, this side could even just be like a little. We actually do have railings for this. We do have railings. This would be nicer. Alright, I keep forgetting about pieces we have. I'm so used to other games, like Enshrouded and stuff, where it's like we have to build, and even Enshrouded, like we get a lot of things, but I'm so used to games where we have to build our own pieces, right? And this game just has so much that we already have at access. So I can do like that little, you know, thing there, and then I can even just grab a fence post and put them like that. Create that fancy, like, you know. You like it still, Saber? Like the bougie? Your OCD is hurting? No. Oh, like yeah, because we don't have this side done. Is that what you're saying? we gotta do both the sides. But if I do both the sides like this, what do you think of this staircase design? Feels impractical for the ship. Technically, yeah, you're kind of right, because the sailors would have to like turn and then go around. You know, you are kind of right. So what if we just do the bougie design, but just for the normal stairs? So like, you know, we have the railings, you know, all that nice stuff, but we just kind of continue those down, right? And then take the, let's destroy that there. Take those ones and just do like some nice, that does look kind of better, doesn't it? It was fancy before, I do like it, but I do think just having the simple, I mean, not really simple, but like, you know, the more straightforward option, quite literally, so that you can just walk down and go out, you know. I think that's probably going to be better in the long run. So before I do the railing on this side, let me destroy these, because we are going to angle this all in. And then same thing here. That one as well. Okay. And then that one and that one maybe, yeah. Sweet. And then pillars and beams. I think I did. Do I even have pillars outlining this? I don't, and I probably should have some of the pillars on this top section here, kind of going along like that on the railing. It's probably a good idea. That would make things look nice. Need carved lion statues. Yeah, still savor these. I know the little railings of these things. They poke out the top a little bit. If there's like a railing or a stair that goes across, which actually that's what we can do. Here's how we could hide it. Still saver. We could do, let's see, stairs and fences. Because these will go in the front like that, right? Or technically, I kind of wanted to curve this a little bit. That's partly why I did these little pieces sticking out. What I wanted to do was, let's see, let's go to floors and walls, and then do like a little curved thing here. That could look cool. And then we'll go to the stairs, and then we would do this, and then go to the little fence poles. All right, and continue up with those. And then for this little section here, this little top piece, let's go to these guys. To sort of fix the little poking up effect of the stairs, we can kind of hide it a little bit by coming in with these little beams, right? Maybe I would do it on that side as well, just to make it even. And then that way, similar to this, how it kind of hides it with that, I don't know. Looks a little better maybe. Yeah, then we've kind of got that little rounded deck portion, which I think is kind of cool. And then this section here, I want to put these guys. Let's see. This is gonna be. Can I go out more maybe? I'm gonna do my stairs, and I'm probably gonna fall multiple times doing this section, but we shall see. Okay. Let's see, pillars and beams. This one. And then we want to put that, and then something along those lines. And then that'll continue down like that. Okay. And then we've got floors and walls. We would continue those ones there. Continue that wall, and we'll kind of break it up a bit in the back section there, so that'll all be nice when it's done. Alright, and then there. Sweet, and then pillars and beams, let's do a little one like that. And, oh yeah, I gotta like do the full pillar thing going on over here too. Was that just a medium? Oh no, that was a big one. Okay, wait. We don't want... there you go. There's fall number 1. Yeah, time to make scaffolding. Exactly. We're over the water now, so that's going to be happening a lot. Ooh, I do like that beam at the top, though. That looks very nice, just on the normal ship part. That looks very nice. Alright. Climb up here. I gotta do these stairs officially on the bottom portion. I just don't know where I want them yet, you know? I feel like I gotta do the masts and all that stuff as well to really figure out where I want things. Alright, so let's destroy these. As for this section here, floors and walls, we just want to do like another one of those. Was that... Did we go all the way up to the top? Yes, I did. Yeah, okay. And then... Was it the full, let's see, stairs? Let's go around on this side too so I can get down. Yep, it's the full height of the thing there. So, goes all the way up to the top. Okay. Perfect. Whole build is coming together well. Appreciate you. Yeah, this is really fun to do, actually. I'm very much enjoying this. Something very different that I've never really done in another game. So it's a lot of fun to try this. The mahogany, let's go with that. And then, you know, something along those lines. Alright, and then technically the lower beam here needs to go back there, so pillars and beams, and let's bring this lower one back. Oop, like that. Okay. And then that one had this coming out here, so like that. I don't think I had a pillar kind of coming up on the side. I did initially on that back section, but I might not want it actually. Now I think about it, that little pillar there could be destroyed. I don't really need it. Okay. So let's get these and those guys. Do one coming in like that. That'll work. And then one of the really gradual ones on this side. Sweet. Definitely a great way to challenge your building skills. Yeah. No, it really is a lot of fun. I am enjoying it. We want to get the, okay. Pillars and beams. I think it was the 45. Was it? Did I do over here? I came around with the beams, so what did I do? I'm gonna figure this out here. Did something like that? Yeah, that looks about right. And then took the beams. And then kind of came in like that. And then we did the floors and walls. Or no, stairs. We need these little ramp pieces. That's right. It wasn't sticking out like that though. Was it all the way in there instead? I think maybe it was. Maybe it came in. Yeah, it did. Okay. And then pillars and beams. This one was the one that it went kind of along the side like that. No, didn't come in that far, did it? Overlap the stairs just a little bit? Oh, maybe it did. Oops. Oh shoot, I'm destroying everything like behind here. I'm gonna have to create some light. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. There it is. That's what we wanted to do. And then come across with this beam up here. And then go out here and there. Perfect. Yeah, mirror mode. Oh, I would love that. That would be really cool. That would be really cool. Okay, I want to go decoration and just throw some like basic torches in here so I can see. Oh, it only works with the bonfire. Hang on. Let's shove a bonfire down then. Well, that provides my lighting. There you go. Alright, this is what we destroyed here. We got these beams snagged up a little bit. Okay. Cool. And then this section here, that can still be this this floor tile here. Pretty sure anyway. And that should be fine. Or we can use these little guys. Yeah, that works. And then I can just put like pillars and beams. Put some fancy little mahogany like pieces there. Maybe like that. I don't know. That'll work. Floors and walls. I'm debating this whole section here needs to be figured out. I think I can still go the full. Yeah, that should be fine. And then we can get these little guys and go up there. And then technically this one would kind of come in on the top there. Or we could just have little windows. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay, so there we go. Nice little cozy spot back here. We've got these all finished off nicely. And yeah, I'll just figure out some little wall thing to do for that little portion. Got a nice like little smoky spot to stand back here. Alright, let me sleep. And then we can see some stuff. Alright, it was on the top. I have to learn my way around the ship. Then we gotta do the railing on the other side. And that'll be good. By the way, you guys, my AC's been going full blast this whole time. How's it been? This is the first stream where I've had it going while streaming. Where I told you guys I got the quieter AC. So hopefully it's not, you know, hopefully you didn't notice it too bad. But now we can comfortably stream in the summer. Imagine that. It's amazing. Alright, stairs and railings. Let's get these ones. Alright, and then... Perfect. Can't hear it? Can't tell? Heck yeah. That's amazing. Because, yeah, it's literally like, you can see it on the... It's right here. I mean, we're talking... You know, I can almost touch it here. We're talking like 3 or 4 feet from my mic. So yeah, ACs in the past, they were pretty problematic for me. And then Media finally came out with this one with the U shape, so it keeps the loud parts outside on the window, so it acts as like noise insulation, you know. I'm glad to hear it's not bad. I'll have to rewatch the stream. I'm really happy about that though. It's a keeper then. Wolf Soul, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm really glad about that. That's awesome. I'll have to figure out what to do for this this wheel as well. I don't fully know yet, but something interesting maybe. I wonder if we could go like almost do some sort of crazy design. We'd want to do them skinnier than this, I think, like the little... We could go with a couple of things on here. Just like the remnants of the wheel. I don't know. I have no idea. That's not really gonna work, is it? No. Maybe I could use the goat trophy. And because we have in the decorations, we do have this like that's what Poison used for her windmill. The center of the windmill, you know. There is this rounded, or is it this thing here? This round. Oh yeah, that could work. We don't have enough resources, but we could do that maybe, or maybe on the inside of this thing. Like, yeah, I don't know. Well, we could figure it out and do something cool. Actually, using AC is beginning to think you were allergic, so no, I just couldn't find the right one, you know, and like. I don't really want to keep shipping them over and returning them and stuff if I can't find the right one. So I was just like, I never bother. You know, I didn't know. My old ACs have been so ridiculously loud, I can't record a thing. Like, they drive me nuts. It's like sitting here, my right ear just is like blasted by the end of the day. I hate it. So I didn't know that quiet ones like this could exist. So I was like, I was a bit hesitant. I was like, oh, this isn't actually possible. Like, but then I actually did comparisons. I was like, wait, it says it's only like 35 decibels for the noise level. Like, what does that actually look like? No central air, Isaac. That broke a long time ago. And we haven't bothered repairing it because that's like 10 grand or something to repair the system here. Window AC unit's only like $400 or $500. So it's a little more affordable. Yeah, we never really even had it moving into the house. It was like we have it, but it's just like it doesn't really work. Almost thinking that with this section, what if we just like, instead of coming across with these beams, what if these were just fences in this little section on the side? Then it like creates that cool like little mahogany. Yeah, that actually looks kind of neat. It looks nice from below too. Oops. I should break what I'm looking at, not what the thing is like underneath. I need to fill this in again. Okay. There we go. Yeah, you had to get a new system. It's pricey. Yeah, it can. It can be. Big pillars on the top of the stairs. A bit too big, don't you think? Oh, these guys here. I do agree. At least this inner one. I think maybe I'd leave it for the outer one, but with these inner ones, no, very, very good point. How's that? A little better? All right, let me just do some. I'm tired of walking all the way around to get up. We're just gonna do some little temporary stairs. I should have done that a while ago. Dragwolf, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Medea makes some incredible units. Close the window almost all the way. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I got, one of those U-shaped ones. So I can close the window in between it, and all you guys hear on the inside is the little fan, but then the compressor part is on the outside of the window, and it's got to go through like 2 layers of glass, right? So it's better insulation for one, for more efficient cooling, and then, but because of that better insulation, it's way quieter too. Yeah, swamp coolers are pretty popular in Colorado. Absolutely, because it's so dry. Yep. One of my friends has a swamp cooler. It's really great. The only issue for me, if you guys want to look at my whole studio setup, I have a lot of videos about that on my other channel. But yeah, I have a live edge slab desk. I have all my instruments right next to the window. So I've got a lot of stuff in my room that the humidity fluctuation of a swamp cooler would not do well, regardless of the mold and everything, which obviously doesn't happen much here in Colorado because it's so dry. But yeah, so with all the wood things I have in my house, the humidity I wouldn't be able to do with the swamp cooler. Oh, you just got around to download this game? So it's day 3 for you? Oh, heck yeah. Hope you're having fun. Such an awesome game. I love it. It really is. Really is a fun one. All right, well, you guys, we got something going here. This is really great. I'm thinking, let's see, pillars and beams. Let's go to these ones. And then, I don't know, start kind of putting them around here. Just to trim out this upper edge. And yeah, no frame drops or anything yet. Like this is, you know, this is running really well, which is good, as expected, but I was a little bit worried about that. Okay, is that... Oh, those are like the... Okay, yeah, that's fine. That works. Loving this game. Just unlocked the... Oh, the swamps you just went in? Heck yeah. That's exciting. Yeah, I can hear very faint background static, which is probably the AC, yeah, but it ain't horrible. But you have earbuds in, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's especially when I'm talking too, because the noise gate, it'll come through. That's just like a really subtle thing if you got the volume high too. It will, but at least it's streamable. Before, you could barely hear my voice. It was pretty bad. And that's the big thing that I care about, because previously I would just like cancel all my streams for the summer. I just wouldn't do content in the summer. And you know, I would also have my other, you know, summer job and all kinds of other stuff that I don't have as much of this year. I'm actually doing a lot more YouTube, which is very cool. But yeah, I would do things like that. I wonder what that would look like. Just a couple of pillars to blend that a little bit. I don't know. Could be nice. All right. Oh, we're looking pretty good. So I am considering doing the, you know, what you guys were saying with the mahogany pillars on the back. First of all, let me continue down this section to take care of this bottom piece here. This is probably a bad idea, but we're gonna try it. Okay. Maybe I could take, you know, floors and walls and like build out from here. Then I can jump over down. There we go. All right. Pillars and beams. And let's do... Oh, we gotta do a full-on scaffolding around the bottom of this whole thing. Yeah. I'm gonna have to, let me just continue all this around, because we gotta do that whole taper on the bottom. With that horn circle decoration, recommend the smaller, pillar for the wheel. Yeah, with the really small one, because then it could kind of stick out on the sides. Yep, I agree. I think that would be very nice. And be like the little, again, you probably know the word for it, but the little, you know, handle things that stick out from the wheel. That's essentially what we'd do. Okay, so let's see. Let's do that. And then, let's go to pillars and beams. Or no, stairs. It's like these little angle things are in the stairs category for the ramps. And then just kind of like put them in here. Yeah. Looks kind of nice. And then I don't know if I'll be able to really go around the backside with the pillars, but we could try. I could do something like that. Or we could, oh, that's better. Yep, I like that. There we go. Heck yeah, that's looking really good. Really nice. Okay. And then these need to be the smaller ones, so they're not quite as harsh. There go, these little guys. So I was definitely debating the mahogany for these, but on second thoughts, well, this part would have been elevated from the water, wasn't it? So like these little vertical pieces, I could do those out of mahogany beams instead of the normals. I might try to see how that looks a little later on. We'll see. And then with this, I need to go down with some stairs. This is a little bit too tall for me. Okay. And then I can continue out with some floors just from here. Just to kind of build myself a atrocious scaffolding mess. You attach the pillar scaffolding down to the sand. Oh yeah, I could. Those are kind of nice. Yeah, they're very short, surprisingly. They're not super long, so they might be a little bit too low. They'd kind of be in the water down there. That's what I used for the bottom of the ship, though. Gotta run, no worries, Irksome. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Let's take out those, and then all these ones as well. And we're gonna replace them. All of them with the good stuff, so we'll destroy that. Okay. Perfect. TLL, welcome in. Caught you live, only an hour late. Heck, not too bad. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Now, foundations like actual oh, like the wait. Just in terms of scaffolding, like I could just use the piers. Should have just done that. That was better. That's okay. It's like when I'm in like building mode, I will absolutely completely forget what pieces we have accessible to us. That's me like all the time. Alright, let's do that, and then finish off this little bottom section. Was that about what I did? Oh no, that's not, okay. Wait. Did I bring that all the way around? What did I do here? Ah, I went out by one more piece. I see what I did. Like that. And then I think I went like that and like that. And then turned around. Oops. I don't really know. Maybe I went over here, come out like that. That's what I did differently. I kind of rotated this in. And that means this entire backside is like straight. I don't really know how to... Yeah. Good enough. Yeah, the piers work? No, yeah. they would. Love to see the trees they use for the... Or wait. They used for the pier supports. Oh, yeah, with how tall they are. They do end. Even with all that scaffolding that fell off. They do end. It's not infinitely extended, but they're pretty freaking tall. That is for sure. Well, actually... No, they are about as tall as like a really big palm tree or those ones in the swamps. They are about as tall as those. Yeah. Good enough for government work. Yeah, what are you talking about? Pirate OSHA? No such thing. We'll be totally fine. They're not going to care at all about my incredibly messy beam job here. It's a shipwreck, so they don't care. Now I need to... Okay, pillars beams. Let's get the little 45 to go on here. And then we wanted to get this steep one. And then bring it out essentially like that. And then didn't I put like a little... Maybe I could just like rotate around by 2 clicks on the side. And almost like pull it in like that. That could definitely work. And then we could take the bottom section and just kind of like put it in like that. That's nice. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the only debate now is, do we do all these vertical poles with those mahogany ones, or do we... Well, I might save the mahogany stuff for striping and make that look kind of nice. You know, like maybe this whole... Well, that whole thing could leave it, but... You know, maybe these middle ones or like a bottom stripe along here. Maybe we do the mahogany for that. Like that blended pillar beam. Yeah, better than the other side. What we've done right there. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's go, let's do that on the other side. Okay, destroy that one. I love how this stuff doesn't drop on the ground, it just drops straight into your inventory. So we're gonna destroy this, and we'll do it the same on this side with that, and then like that, essentially. And then this section here would go something like that as the wreckage a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And then all around the whole thing, like we can go in and replace like some sections with these mossy pieces. I'm pretty sure this is this outer. I don't know if they have a side to them or if they're just kind of. Yeah, that outer side is the mossy side. I'm pretty sure they do have like a side to them. Yeah. Make sure that one's the one sticking out. And then it kind of looks a little decayed, and that looks neat. Beat the game today. What's to do after now? Just build stuff and more Blackbeard. yeah. I mean, yeah, make Blackbeard scared. Yeah, get ready for the Ashlands, which will be coming out. You know, another 5-ish months from now is what they were saying. So yeah, I mean, you got the next biome, but mostly just building. Lots of ship adventures. Could do another playthrough, whatever you want. It's partly why I like building games, because it doesn't like, what do I want to say? It doesn't require you to ever be done. You know, you can always build when the game is finished. And it's just a lot of fun creativity. Some side racing stripes? Yeah, we got to put some racing stripes on it. Definitely. What would we do without them? So I don't know where I would put those. I have to figure out a spot. Let's destroy those there. That is looking mighty fine though. I like that. But I could do like a little stripe, like maybe at that height. You know, technically this one had it above the cannons. So I could do a little stripe something above the cannons with like just a different, I wonder what we could use, you know? Maybe, I mean, I don't really want to use the stone. That would look a little weird. I could use this. It's not gonna look a whole lot. Well, I could actually use that. Have like a little bit of like a reddish brown, like faded paint look. So it's either this or the mahogany. The only reason I wasn't like, well, I could use the little leaf ones. I don't know, that could look kind of cool. It just looks like green paint from far away. So I don't know, what do you guys think? So we've got the leaf ones as option 1 for our stripe. We could do these brighter tan ones, and let me give you a sense of how they look with the normal wood that we used, okay? So that's the normal wood. And then that's the, or we could do the, these ones, the more like reddish ones. The issue with the mahogany is that it's creating these little squares, and it's actually kind of similar in color. So I don't like that. It's not gonna look as good as a stripe there. Visioning above the angled bottom personally. Oh yeah, kind of like up, yeah, at the very top section. You think mahogany, Irksome? Shipwreck is looking great. Getting ready to start a version of your lighthouse. Oh heck yeah. Heck yeah. Hopefully it goes well. All the rendering is taxing your laptop too hard. For me, it seems to be running really good on my desktop. I haven't noticed like a difference in performance with bigger builds versus smaller. But yeah, for some it can. Yeah, actual paint would be awesome. I liked that about like Dawn of Defiance and stuff. That was really cool. So I don't know. What do you guys think of the stripey? You know, maybe not the green. The fact that the leaves kind of like continue up, but you think below the cannons, right there, essentially, where my crosshair is, or above the cannons? We could do either. Side by side, wattle and mahogany above the gun port windows. Oh, I could maybe below. Okay. Yeah, you'd see it a little better below. The leaves will break the immersion. Yeah, yeah. The shell decorations? Are there like... We could also use these clay things to create like a stripe. These are the tan. I could go get some clay. Because those would create like a nice like orangey look that I could trim out something with. I don't know. Rows of dodo heads to make a blue stripe. Eh. That was a very enthusiastic yes, yeah, yep. I don't think any, I don't know. Use fireplace chimney. I could use paintings. That would be funny. Curtain rails. Yeah, just see what works. I'm kind of leaning toward this darker. I kind of like that. Let's give it a go. So you're saying right below the cannons. Let me try on this side, and we'll see what we end up with. That's gonna be okay right in here. So these would all get destroyed, and we put the full stripe in here, right below the cannons. Horizontal beams trimming the reddish. Yes, that's what I'm kind of thinking. All right, either the clay or the mahogany for that, right? So like, let's take the, okay, walls. Let's first just put these in so I have them in, right? And then I was possibly thinking another, oh, I need a lot of plant fiber. All right, well, we can see at least how that looks. Those look kind of nice. And what I can do to make it more of that red is like, well, I don't know. Should it go where the cannons go? Like literally the same height as the cannons? I'm kind of wondering about that. I don't know. Well, probably not. I don't know. I just feel like it's a little low maybe, but mahogany there would add a great, yeah, great texture. Yeah, I've got some ideas. I just need more. Let me go get some more plant fiber. And then in terms of clay, I could put an order in for clay.
Everything's for sale somewhere.
Do I have? I just got all the wood in there.
I'll arrange a shipment.
Oh, there we go. Yep. I do have some plant fiber. There we go. I know I ordered some of it.
Everything's for sale.
So let me do. I can order clay. I could put in an order for that. All right, let me try to do that. Let's see here. Okay. La Frigot, and I will put an order in for clay. Let's do that. All right. Oh, clay. We got it. We got it ordered. Yeah, I can do that same finagling with the overlap with these pieces. That's not too hard. For the windows for the cannons, yeah, that's not too hard. If I put it at that same height for the windows. So I'm not sure where I'd want to put them. I just feel like it needs a little bit of striping. One thing I will do here is you'll notice if I continue this across, these center pillars are very non-colored, right? Like I don't like how they look here. So instead of having these, we would destroy those and put the mahogany ones. And then that way they give that red, that reddish tone as if the paint went over the beams in that center section. If it works correctly, I don't know. But maybe it would. Just see how that looks. The pattern might look odd with that technique. I don't think so. I don't think so because it's it would still be the, I think it would still be the same. Okay, yeah, we definitely needed the mahogany beams there. That looks kind of cool. As if those were kind of painted over a little bit. Well, it's very overcast, so I know it's very hard to see the stripe right now. The weather never cooperates in this game, as expected. But what do you guys think? You can kind of see the subtle difference of it. Do you think it should be in line with the cannons? Above the cannons? Or is it in a good spot right now? And it doesn't look bad where it is right now. I will say that it's in a decent spot, but this definitely looks better. Yeah, with the beam, with the mahogany there. It definitely works here, you know. I feel like I don't want horizontal beams above and below it because it's gonna look like too, you know, inline. You think with the cannons? Let's try it and see what happens. All right, so that was below the cannons. I will try inline. And see what it looks like. And then I want to, let me get some torches in here too. Because I can just do those out of simple wood, and I really would like to get a little bit of light in here. Okay. That's gonna bother me that it's not rotated in the right spot. So let's just put these like above here so they're not in the way. And I can see in here. Okay. So that was below. Now we're gonna take that out. Okay. And I'm going to put the normal one back because we have to see it in the full context of the ship there. Alright. And then pillars and beams. We do these ones on the bottoms here. Alright. Looking really good. Hey, I appreciate you. Glad you like it. It's turning out pretty nice so far. We would destroy all of these, because these would be the mahogany ones. Okay. So yeah, we do have like the 2 in here, but that's fine. And what I might even be able to do, this might even be exactly like 3 things wide. So like we might not have to do the 2 things there. If I do this right. I know you guys don't know what the heck I'm talking about right now. I'll show you here in a second. Alright, we're missing one little pillar down here. So what I mean is we could take floors and wall and do this with the stripe. Yeah. I don't have to do that. Tongue twisters. Eliminates a lot of pieces needing to be used. And obviously which will eliminate instances in rendering. Because it's perfectly, you know, they're off center, but that's totally fine. I don't care. Come out by a little one there. Okay. How does that look in line with the cannons? That kind of looks good. Might even be able to get away with a little stripe above and below it with a beam. What do you guys think? In line with the cannons? I feel like, yeah, because then it breaks up that middle wall just a little bit. That looks good. Ready for, to not like as much, but I do think it's better. Yeah, like that's not the way how it is on the frigate and stuff, but that doesn't matter. We can do it however we want on our ship. And then, you know, if I do that stripe, I wonder if there is like a skinny beam that we could do that's like a little colored. Yeah, decorate the mahogany above it too. Yeah, I am thinking at least on one of the sides. Yeah. And yeah, I've already got the horizontal stripe with the beams above them. Exactly. So that's why I didn't think above the cannons. I thought either below or at the cannon height. So I don't think I'll try the above. I do agree there. But I do think like this has got to be the stripes. We got to do these guys. In the same color there. Okay, so you think above the cannon with the mahogany? Let's try it. Pillars and beams. Horizontal. Ooh, yeah, we do have skinny mahogany beams here. Oh, these are like maybe too small though. I might actually want the bigger ones. Interesting, yeah. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, 3. And then 3. Let's just see how that would look. Spacing so that it doesn't, you know, cut into the windows at all. Alright. Something along those lines. And then that would be the mahogany above them. Oh, that's kind of perfect. It does, yeah, it's subtle and it looks good. For the mahogany section above that. Yeah. I think that looks nice. Some very faded paint on the side, and the mahogany it's so subtle and it's literally the same color as that stripe that it just trims out that top section nicely, which I think looks good. Yeah. I like that a lot. I'm really happy with how that's turning out. So let me go up top and we'll destroy the upper, like, stair scaffolding portion, because I don't really need that anymore. And then this is starting to come along very well. What I want to do here, I feel like there's, I don't know, maybe a better way I could blend this stuff in or put like a beam over the top, but I don't know. I think it's probably okay. Yeah, it is looking good. Let's see what we got from down here again. Yeah, without the stairs. I like it. I like it. Yeah, it ties in well. Yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, the little cannon windows already do make the little trim around there, yeah, so I wouldn't want to, like, do too much, you know, with the beams, but I like the size of those mahogany beams. I was a little worried they would be too big. Like, the vertical ones are very big, but yeah, I know, so it's very weird weather to see this right now, but that is looking very cool if I back my character camera into here. It's coming along, it really is. Proportionally, I think that was the right call to do the taper on the bottom of the captain's quarter section back there. The something castle, what was it? Stern castle, yeah. Are you going to function if they put fall damage? Oh, I probably wouldn't. that would be a little crazy, yep. Just realized the last 90 minutes was just aesthetic adjustments. Last stream was focused on structure. Yeah, there will be plenty of times like that where I might spend 1 or 2 hours focusing in on one little piece, you know? Structural feels like the most progress is being had because everything goes up so fast, right? But yeah, in theory, it's very much the opposite, where the little bits of decoration and texture and all kinds of stuff like that adds a lot to the ship, you know. I'm glad we did the little taper between the stern castle and stuff and the keelhole and whatnot. I just think this looks very nice. I think it blends really nice. The whole broken effect. I still gotta fix this lower portion a little bit, you know, add like the floor and make that all a lot better, but otherwise, like, the shape of it now is there. The shape of it is definitely there, and I really like that. Love it, Alpha. Oh, I'm glad to hear. And you guys will be able to look through these last few streams and build this if you want on your own, because I'm pretty much streaming the entire thing, so it's gonna be hard to replicate. There's a lot of just free-placed bits and bobs of it, but you can. I will keep the streams up. Do I, oh, like the stripe, carry that into the castle bit? Probably not, because then that kind of differentiates this part from the other one. So I'll probably keep it without the, yeah. What I am thinking though, looking at this a bit more, I don't like how many, like, this is just supposed to be a little roof. It wouldn't have a beam going across it like that. So I'll keep the little beams on the front like they are there. Put like a little design on them, but I don't like them wrapping around the sides. I think that's the last thing that I'm like, that just is a bit of an eyesore right now. Otherwise, I'm very happy with everything else. Let me go ahead and sleep, and we'll see how stuff looks if it's not too rainy in the day. Yeah, for the stripe. I don't know, but I think it's probably best to not have it on the stern castle. Yeah. Just for the aesthetics of kind of switching it up and making it look nice. We have to do the windows on the backside here. They don't have plans to introduce paint, although enough people want it, and there might already be a mod for it because this game is moddable. There's a lot of mods and stuff, so you know you might be able to find something like that out there. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, this is looking great. I like it. I like it. Hard to see the texture with the overcast clouds, but the shape of it looks good. Yeah, just the mahogany beam instead on the very top, possibly. Or at least on this, like, this side section. Like, yeah, here. This portion here, I think should be the mahogany beams. Am I doing this right? I think so. I have to be careful I don't destroy the wrong thing. Because, yeah, this piece, let's see, these mahogany ones. This piece kind of ties in from that railing, or that side, which the mahogany beam is technically a little more, like, accurate, you know? It's gonna look a little better just on that side piece, I think. And then, technically, how would that look to be going, like, over this thing, too? Don't really have, like, a super shallow one, so, yeah, I think I'll probably leave it off of this, but yeah, what do you think of that? Maybe you can see the it's hard to see the color, but yeah, I see what you're saying. So so yeah, having the mahogany beam on that top section just to match in from the mahogany siding, I think that would look good, what we've done right here. So I could do that to the other side, and then that way it just kind of wraps around with that, and yeah, I think that could work. We'll do that to the other side. Alright, let's go in a little closer and pick all of these ones off. Maybe the backside too, but this is a case where I wish we did have like slightly thicker mahogany beams, but this will work. Just to go around like that. That looks nice. Sweet. I like it. Alright, and then I don't know, for this whole front section, do we want this, like, this pillar in the way, or do I just delete those? Probably just delete those, honestly. And then we could take the, let's see, the skinny ones and put them in the place of this. Should trim out the edge of this thing. Put one like there, and then one right here. And unless I need the bonfire, I'm gonna destroy it just so it's not giving me those white outlines on my build. That way we can just see things a little better. Yeah, I like that better. Just a little less harsh. Got a nice taper. I'll leave the beams back here because we're gonna do some really fun beam work on this backside. Create like a really cool railing that kind of bumps up. I think that could look really cool. Love having to be creative with where you get the color from. Not finding any paint mods yet. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think then we're limited to the colors and the things they give us. Which technically, like, that's fine. I do think if it was a thing, it would probably be a mod, because yeah, I don't think the pirate era, you know, these pieces all go so nicely together that I just don't think paint would go as nicely as the rest of the stuff here. If they added it in the vanilla game, I could see why they didn't, because they kept it very authentic to, like, build pieces of this time, you know. Yeah, sun is out. We see the distance view? Definitely. Let me, here, I'll give you guys the perfect distance view, okay? Because the sun, let me, turn my HUD back on so I can see. So I'm gonna sleep until the sun is right there, okay? that way you can see a bit more of the color on the side here. Technically a little bit more even. I could sleep just so that the sun is really there, but this way you can see it a little better, sun and shadow. Hope they add more sail colors and designs. Yeah, I think it'd be so cool if we could design our own sails. But oh, let me sleep a little more. But anyway, there it is. Yeah, you can really start seeing that. I'm gonna sleep a little more. I'll give you guys like the perfect little view of what we've got going on so far. That's always the key, is you can just sleep in the daytime as well to progress the time. It doesn't matter if we sleep in the night, because I can just sleep through the night again. So we want it to go like there, about like that. There we go. Now you guys will see, I'm just looking at the shadows here. Now you guys will see the full siding and the stripe, so we can look at it from farther away, and it's not in the stormy shadow anymore. All right, there you go. There is what we have got so far with the ship. A couple more little pieces to fill in here and there with the wreckage portion, but it's really coming along nicely, I think. I'm liking it. I do like the stripe at the cannon height. I think that looks really good. I like that it kind of continues in some little pieces in that front portion there, just to look like it really was like a consistent stripe, and the, you know, a little bit of destruction from when the ship crashed into the rock. But that's really starting to come along. And man, when I get the masts and like all the texture on this thing, it's gonna look really cool actually. Heckin' awesome. Heck yeah. No, I'm happy with it. All right, a little more. Maybe we could work on the beamwork then above the captain's quarters area. Try that. How will I do the sails? So I'm gonna do all the wood beam work, right? So we were messing around with the mast design a little earlier. I'm gonna make it by free placing beams. It's gonna be a bit crazy because it needs to be a little wider, right, than a normal, you know, mast. What I can do though is take, like, you know, take these little guys and at least maybe sort of create some little rope designs, you know, here and there. I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot. It would be really cool if they allowed us to do like ropes, kind of like in Minecraft where you can connect a lead from one thing to the next, you know, create like a draping rope. So I could do some of these as like fake ropes in some areas, but they're not very steep, or like, you know, they won't work for the most part. But then what I can do is go into the decoration, and we have all of these, where are they? We've got like these guys, like the shell decorations of like the tattered white fabric. We've got, you know, some of the shell decorations, some flag bits, and also, you know, curtains with a mix of the canopy things as well. Like I can use some of these guys and just kind of like sparsely place them around to look like there's remnants of fabric on the sails, right? Because it is a shipwreck. So that's kind of what I was thinking, you know. This is going to be hard to do them looking too much. It's mostly just going to be the mast, but a shipwreck, that would be the case anyway. So I could just kind of, you know, tatter them all around. But yeah, the sails would be scraps by now. Yeah, they really would, which is why I think it'll look okay to do that. Yeah, white flags could be usable too. Yep. Rigging the angled rope ladders around the mast. Okay, there you go. Yeah, for the rigging, we could use some of those really skinny, beams, and that could work. So yeah, for this section then, we'd want to do like, you know, I wonder almost if I could, like how I could do this pieces here. Technically, that would be pretty close to the. Yeah, I don't know, something along those lines, and then we can put that decoration in the middle of all of it, if it would work even. I don't know. Where was it that I wanted that rounded decoration? There it is. Passed by it. Yeah, we could get close enough, you know? We could place that and then... Or like, yeah, like right in the middle, I bet we could like phase it in, like just like there or something. So it looks kind of like the... I think that would look good. So 3 hardwood and some goat horns. We could do our little ship wheel there. Maybe all the sails would have been removed to use, yeah, with the new tavern and stuff, yeah. And they would have been pretty darn wrecked, you know. UV from the sun would just wreck them if it was sitting here forever like that, you know, with the wind and all that stuff. Just make the mast falling over. Yeah, I am thinking, okay, I am thinking with some of the mast pieces, so some of them is going to be, like, fully up, but I am thinking with some of them, I could, like, almost make one of the masts broken to take, like, these steep, you know, pieces and almost, like, make it sheared off at some point, you know. It might be too much of a bend to where it wouldn't, I don't know how good it would look, but yeah, that could be cool. Yeah, halfway up on the ship, the other half, yeah, fell, exactly. Prevent it from tumbling sideways, maybe like a little rope or something on there. Chat is getting their creative sparked. Yep, this is awesome. Absolutely love it. Alright, so what do we, if we do these over here? I'm trying to think of these beam designs, you know, that we could come up with here. I'm just gonna literally mess around for a little bit here and see what we could do. Alright. Maybe one more over like that. And then, yeah, I guess, is that what we wanted? Yeah, about. Alright. I just want to do like some really fancy beam work to this backside, kind of like the... Let me summon in the frigate, you know, because I see, like, you got that really cool looking railing going on back there that kind of like curls out and stuff, you know, like what if we could do something like that? You know, like I could put the little lantern hangers on the back of these here. To where maybe those go like straight like that, and then like that, and then maybe we take the skinnier beams. Well, I don't know. Some little lantern hangers. Maybe do them a little bigger than that though. Yeah, we gotta do them. We gotta do them big. And then take the little 45s. So maybe these ones. Are those gonna snap to the end there? Wait, do they not? Oh, we can put them there, I guess. And then we could take these and then Let me make some little stairs on the back so that we can have some scaffolding to climb up. Alligator statues incorporated somewhere, that could be cool. Goes without saying, Chiselchip's very open to chat suggestions. Yeah, I do like them. I may not always use them, but I really appreciate all the suggestions you guys give. It helps a whole lot. Okay, so let's get some of the mahogany ones, and then let's put these in here. Alright, so we've got like our little lantern hooks, and then Oh, that's not quite the right angle. One less. Is that right? Looks pretty... Oh, wait, what the heck? These are all, like... whack. What did I do? I don't know. I don't know what I did. Because these are all in different positions. Alright, maybe instead of starting from the edge where the fence is, I think that's what kind of screwed me up a little bit. I should probably start from this section here. Let's start from there and from there. That way we know it's going to be the same. And then we can put those there, okay? And then the fence pieces can come around like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, that's more like it. Then they match up like that. And then we could even get like these little guys to create some really fancy, like, you know, yeah, we're trying. Oh, pulleys for the launch boat, not lanterns? Hey, one of the ships I thought had the lanterns hanging off the back. Or no, this one, they were on the top of it. Okay, well, hey, we'll have lanterns on the top of the little pulleys then. So you're saying, like, for these, I should go to the decorations, and I was thinking I could hang some lanterns down. I mean, I could do whatever, but we could go to the decorations and like put the little. Didn't they have little crane pieces? They have the chains, but they had like these little things too. Which I could try to incorporate. Those might be a little large, though, for the back, and they're not sloped either. Yeah, tip for some doctor to scan everything, definitely. And Drayshawn, welcome in, by the way. About narrow rear balcony off the captain's quarters? Oh, like a little narrow section over here? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Could be cool. Brig has pulleys, but those are good spots for the chandeliers. Yeah. Okay. So we'll kind of do a mix a little bit. Black Pearl had the narrow balcony off the captain's quarters. Yeah, there was. Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember how it looked. Let me look at the Black Pearl. Black Pearl ship. It did, it kind of stuck out a little bit. Let me try to see if I can, like, yeah. I just want to look at a picture of it. They make it so hard these days. Images. Okay. That's the one that okay, let's see. Can I, nope, I don't want the, well, maybe this is visible-ish, I don't know. Meaning this one, I can't visit these sites because they're all like, you know, they just have so many ads that cover all the images. But yeah, it has like this little like bump out, you know, at the top. But yeah, it's you know, so the captain's quarters has that tiny overlap section, but Black Pearl is also a much larger ship. Yeah, be midway down. Yeah, so it does kind of have this like elevated 3-tiered balcony system, you know. It's a really big ship. But yeah, we could do a little something like that. And in the front section here too, I want to make it so that the, let's see here, floors and walls. I want to make it so that this whole section curves around. So like, right, let's put it like this. Because that's how the other ship was as well. To where it almost curves around like this balcony, and then it comes down for the front section. That's how, or yeah, again, I have no idea what this technically is called or what I'm doing here, but but we're gonna kind of sort of make some stuff up. And yeah, that's centered enough-ish. Well, let's do like this coming off of there, back to that. And then we could almost like come into there, just add in a little bit of texture. You know, and then we'd have, if I go to the fences, you know, we'd put like those all the way around this front section. Yeah, I gotta get some more rope and stuff, but yeah, like a little bit of a forecastle. Yeah, okay. That, yeah, something like that, you know, to where I could taper up with these things. I don't know. I might want to go higher than this. I might not want it at all, but I wanted to try it and see how it looks. You know, if I put like that there and then go to the little fences, put some of those on there. Anyway. Grubby Zebra, welcome in. Black Pearl was a barge that was then made into a sailing ship for the movies, yes. Yes, and then the Queen Anne's Revenge ship was like the massive one. That thing had such a big stern castle that was so tall. Definitely go half a staircase. Yeah, for the forecastle. Yeah, so something like this then, at least. I was almost thinking more, but ooh, that could add a lot of nice texture. I might even go a full one, but you know, I don't want to really overpower the captain's quarters. That looks so good though. Just adding little stuff like that here and there, it's gonna actually start looking like a ship. Yeah, I do think just a little half one like that, that's perfect. Just adds a little something, and in that spot is honestly pretty good. But yeah, if you just look at the shape of that, it's just adding a little something there. And I could even elevate like a little bit of a deck there and stuff, but I don't know, the other ships in the game have it, so I may as well put a little one on here to match the style a little bit, since I've been using some inspiration from just looking at the frigate and the brig and stuff in this game. Want to go a little higher with the forecastle? Okay, we'll try it. Let me go and sleep, and then we'll see what it would look like to go a little higher. And yeah, if we want to keep it, we can. Looking good. You liking it, Grubby? It is turning out really good. I like it. We're probably due for a thunderstorm soon. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we're due for a thunderstorm. Okay, so let me destroy these. And then I almost want this to come out a little bit, like, a little bit more rounded, if that makes sense. So we're gonna keep that there. But instead of, oops. Instead of doing this, we're gonna go out a little bit more with it. So let's go to floors and walls. I might do a full rounded front. So like instead of the full turn, we could do one and then, you know. Yeah, like coming out all the way to there instead with a fully rounded front end here. Of just rotating it, you know, one click each time. Oh, is this gonna snap in here though? Oh boy. How am I gonna do this? It could either be on the outside or on the inside here. Well, could have like a little gate or a little stairway down because the beams will be there anyway. What could we do there? I could free place a couple of them to sort of be like there and there. That could work. That way it's just a little bit larger so we can kind of snap some, you know, make it a little bigger than it was. Okay. Oh, and this front section could actually be the larger Because this, yeah, this one here, we can just place this thing, because that's just the big wall. Because we're doing it taller, so that works. Private little dining area in the front to watch the sunsets. Yeah, that could be cool up here. Delete the right and curve to snap from one side then the other. Wait. Delete the right and curve to snap from one side to the other. Oh, just like, oh, for what I did in the middle here that I ended up changing. Perfect spot for center stairs. I could do the center stairs there. I definitely could. And then I'd want to do this one like a ways back. I'd want to at least bring these a little bit farther back. So let's see. These little shallow ones. Starting from each side, curve to the middle. Yeah, okay. So essentially what I did then, which works. I want to do... almost do it like back there. I really want it to taper up nicely. And then floors and walls. Yeah, because that way at least it's centered in the middle, which we have. So that's good. Then we're gonna do these, and then I'm gonna go back to my almost debating these steeper ones. Yeah, those might work. Let's just see how this looks. Let's just see here. And then I would have the fences on top of that. So I'm just going to put a little bit, you know, a couple of fences on this side for now. So that we can see. Oops. There we go. Yep, now we can see how that looks from far away. Ooh, yeah, I think you guys are right. I think the taller one might be nice. Don't think second layer is needed. Just make the deck on the point. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what. I kind of like that second layer. I don't know. It just adds. It really adds something there for that front. And once we have all the nice fancy railings around the back, that back section is going to look even taller, which we're not going to have all those fancy railings around the front. So proportionally, I feel like, you know, having that like scoop curve there, because we can make it two things high. I don't know. I do kind of like it being the two, you know. I do like it this way, I feel like. Shape-wise. There goes the dog. Feels more cohesive now. Yeah, I do like it. Man, that's looking good. Building a freaking pirate ship here, you guys. Yeah, that's cool. I like it being the two things high with the little scoop design there, I think. Is the boat from scratch? Yeah. Building it like beam by beam. Every piece in here is all... We have many thousands of pieces in it so far. Tons of fun though. It's really coming along. But yeah, it's a whole shipwreck. Doing it from scratch. Yeah, that forecastle looks great. Yeah, and then we can still see, we're still elevated enough here to where we can still see plenty tall there, which is good. And then I'd probably have something like this, where I'd have like two little stairs on the sides. Something along those lines, on both sides like that. And then we'd get rid of this whole thing, because those stairs can come up there. And then what I can do is go to my floors and walls. We can, you know, first of all, create this upper deck portion. Alright, and then, yeah, let's do that. And then, I don't know what, well, maybe this is gonna have to be the little guys. We could put like one in there. Yeah, that kind of works. Okay, one like that, and then, yeah, like that, I guess. We'll have little tiny holes. Oh, wait, actually. There we go. And it doesn't stick through and we can still have that. And then this portion here would come out by one more of these to be like that. And then this, we could either do a wall or, you know, lower portion. I don't know what we'd do there, but, you know, we can, yeah, I'll figure it out later. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, is that about how it would be? If this was a real ship, and then you'd go up here and have your little, little elevated section, and then let me redo what I had down here, because I kind of like the idea of like tying it into the bottom. The other ships here did that a little bit, so we're gonna go to pillars and beams, and then yes, that's good, awesome. Let's see here, let's do that. Yeah, that's good. Then I can kind of kind of go like that, maybe, and almost like tie it down in a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Maybe go up with some mahogany beams on these little sections, just to really kind of create that look there. Yeah, I don't like those. And then that way you can kind of like climb up the mast, you know, to get in, which is what you could do on that ship there. You know, you had this little like gap over here that you could kind of get down, and we could even make that a reality. You know, we could put like a little ramp on the bottom here, something like that. Then you can like kind of sort of wiggle down in the middle if you wanted. Definitely bring the rest of the forecastle out to the bow to make a point. Yeah, yeah. In terms of bringing, yeah, we gotta make all these mast sections. Yeah, now I'm wanting like super shallow beams. We can just sort of mess around with some stuff here. But you guys kind of get the point. You know, we can start messing around with how this mast connects into the thing, and then, you know, we can kind of triangulate from here. Actually, that works. If I take one from the side here, and then we can kind of snap those. I'm literally just like, you know, how would bracing be a little bit on a ship like this? Let's take a far back look. See what we got so far. Flying Dutchman did this sort of shape to the front. Okay, yeah. I would have to go look at a lot of pictures and stuff. Ooh, I don't like that beam going all the way across. It could be like right on the end, but I don't like that right now. That needs a little bit of work. Looks too tall and too like it wouldn't be like that. It would be braced in the bottom, and then that little section would kind of continue down. So let's get rid of this one. Get rid of that. Maybe it could stay there. I don't know just yet. And then another thing I was noticing is I want these filled in. So floors and walls, I want these guys in the front to be filled in with either mahogany or something else. Like I don't like the big gap underneath them at the moment. So maybe I could fill that in with some of these going the opposite direction. Just to sort of start filling that in a little bit more. Okay, let's take a look at that, see what it looks like. But yeah, we're getting the shape of this thing, and we're going to be ready for... Okay, much better for that front. And that mast, I don't want any beams coming out of it. I wish we had, if we had a shallower beam, but I don't like the straight one. Maybe you guys will disagree, but I don't like that little straight piece coming out of it. It just doesn't look quite right. This whole thing back here. I like that clean look of of just having it come out like that. And then maybe we could do like that along with like a little straight thing into there just to like give it a little bit of support. But we're talking like only a tiny bit, right? And then we could take, you know, these little guys and kind of maybe put them like this. Yeah, let's see how that looks. Little tiny things, but I think that's going to be a lot better for what we want. Yes, that's better. Now that looks like it's kind of supporting the little mast section that goes out the front, and I like that. I like that better. That's nice. Yeah, and then we've got those little beams on the sides there, which is perfect. Now we just got to do like the little railing, the little fancy railing around the upper deck there. And that is really coming along. It's looking nice. I like that front the forecastle as well a little bit better because it brings a little bit of like solidness to this front portion of the ship, which otherwise would like, it looked very empty because of the wreckage below it. So this is like, oh, it's a little cleaner and more pristine because it was up top. It wouldn't have gotten as wrecked. And it just adds a little more something to the front of the ship there. With your ship, the background is easier to imagine masts on it. Yeah, I think, yeah, once we get some masts on, it's really going to look nice. So we want to do like some nice, let's see here. What do we want to do here? I gotta figure this out. Kind of go up with some of those. That's too big though. Too big. About these ones. These could look kind of cool. Either those or the really skinny ones. I'm not sure. Ooh, really skinny is probably the nicer version. So those for these two. So I'm gonna do one more over here as well. And then we'll take the angled pieces. Yeah, that works. Put a couple of them like that, and then take these little I don't know. We're just messing around here. Yeah, forecastle's a nice touch. Put iron lanterns on the corners. Yeah, okay. Well, on the of the stern. Oops. Yeah, come on. Where is it gonna? There we go. And I wanted to continue off of this side like that. And nope. I have to hit the upper button here. I don't know how to get the other one to snap. Good enough. There we go. That'll work. And then this little section can be these little pieces. And then we can put the... Yeah, well, we'll just continue in with these ones. Okay, let's look at the rough shape of what we've got so far. And then, ooh, this is, what do I want to do here? Maybe we just leave that for now, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I can always free play something in there. Hey, Drunken Dragon, welcome in. Because the Flying Dutchman was a galleon man of war. The forecastle was proportionally larger and had, yeah, the triple gun chasers, basically rotating barrels that came out. Yeah, because what this allows for here is front cannons. The forecastle would be like this so that we could have like, and I could literally do that, you know, we could destroy some little ports, and these could be, we could outline them with some beams as front cannon spots. So yeah, something like that, and then I would put the little things there. Because why not, right? It's gonna look good. So we can get some front guns. The Blackbeard beached his Queen Anne's Revenge at the Bayfort Inlet, North Carolina. Yes, the whole North Carolina thing with Blackbeard. To get Man of War that was hunting him, yeah. And yeah, I'm doing well, Drunken Dragon. Hope you are too. Yeah, we could even put like little cannon holes on the side, but yeah, I like the idea of putting them on the front like that. I think that's kind of cool. And we can take our little fences and kind of put them in this. Continue this all the way around when we have the rope for it, but then that way kind of got this little front section. We'd have the little front cannon sections, which is looking good. All right, let's go get a shape. See what this stern section is like. Oh my gosh, you guys. That's looking really cool. I like it. With the little back section, that's like, that railing adds so much. And honestly, I want it beefier. I want to make that railing section a little bit beefier, I think, using the thicker poles in between. Just a little bit, but man, the texture is gonna look awesome. I could even go a little taller on it if I wanted to, but I think that's probably pretty good. I don't know if I want to go much taller with the railing. I kind of like that low look there. Yeah, sad I won't be able to sail it. I know, me too. Continue the horizontal across. Good for that. Gribberdsong, welcome in. Good stuff, heck yeah. Interesting, they had alternating fire left, right, and repeat all 6 shots fired before reloading. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, stern deck and windows look amazing. Yeah, this is totally coming to life. We definitely needed that forecastle there. That definitely is needed, I feel like. Especially once we get all the masts up and like all that stuff, you know, it's just gonna add a whole lot of awesomeness to it. So, oh, this is gonna look so good. All right, let's get that back fence portion done. And man, this is coming along. It's starting to look a lot more like a ship. Like, you can definitely tell in here, which is really cool. That detail work, it's coming along. It's paying off, that's for sure. So I wanted all these ones to be the thicker. I don't like these little tiny guys. It's just a little bit too small. For the back, it's okay because they're all so close, but for these guys, I think I want to go with these ones. And then we'll put them like all the way to the front. Like that. And then we're going to take these ones. Put them like this. And then take our little 45s and continue them down. Yeah, I was pretty sure that'll work. Like that. So we sort of have this big like railing that comes along the back. And then this very back section, I was almost thinking I could like, these are where our lantern things could go. And then I could almost like continue these up a little bit with like, what if on these back corners I use the slightly fatter these guys here. Let's how would those look? Yeah, that could be nice. Just a little bit more beef or something to it. Because there's no real like official design for how I have to do these, but then we could do like those little guys, and then some little like maybe these fences could go all the way around this back section, which we could do. That could look cool actually. So I'm rather than doing those there, I'm gonna go pillars and beams. We're gonna do them up by one with. Ooh, what about these? Oh, that's a little too. Yeah, we're just gonna do these ones for now. Pretty sure I need to rotate. Yeah, there we go. One there and one there. And then these little top sections there for the lanterns. I just want to try to make it a little taller, and we'll see how it looks. If it doesn't look good, we will take it down. But I'm curious now. And then we can, okay, put that there. Alright, and then a little angled one here, and I don't know how well this one's gonna work. What if I put it before I place that thing there? Would that work at all? Oh yeah, okay, there we go. It does kind of create that outer snapping point. And then we'll go back to these. And then place that one above. And then these will be, you know, we can figure out what to do with those. With those back sections, add a little more beef to them or something. Yeah, it needs at least one more thicker slanted pillar. So should these just be like a lot like... I feel like these lower pieces should just be wider for one. Pillars and beams. Maybe we do them out of these, like, these roped ones, like that. Right? And then, what do you... yeah, back here you're saying? Like, maybe this middle one? Well, I don't know, actually. Maybe those, at least add a little more something to it. Yeah, hang the stern lights off the tails. I was thinking something like that, or make those into pulleys and put lanterns on top of here, you know, something like that. Oh wait, the forecastle's pronounced Philoxel? Oh, because it's not American and stuff, right? Wouldn't be American. I'm gonna name it? Oh, I should. You guys will have to what should we name this one? This one's got to have a really cool name. Shipwreck? We have to. We have to at this point. Yeah, Folksal. It's kind of like sounds German a little bit. Some real tall masts to look proper. Yeah, we'll do a lot of mast work. It's gonna be a lot. Yeah. Circled bone decoration for the helm. Yep, that's the plan right now. Without the L. Foxall. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha, kind of. Scuttled in. Not bad. Chipper proper. Gotta do Chip Titanic. We could just name it Titanic. Indeed we could. This was secretly the Titanic. They just made it look like a different boat. Forecastle is a modern naval term. Oh, sailing ships had forecastle. Okay. So forecastles, where did it like come from? Christie's mistake. The support looks off. Support for... oh, you guys. Definitely going taller with that railing. Oh my god, that looks good. Holy shit, that looks really good. Once we get the little, like, once we get the little lanterns on it and some, like, texture back there. Man. Yeah, that's definitely better being a little thicker in there. Joseph, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Spent 20 years working at Army landing craft. Ooh. Shipwreck is pretty top tier, though. Chippendale, hey, that's not bad. Stoked for Gear of War E-Day. I haven't heard of that much. So like I saw like a thing for it, but I wasn't looking at playing it. What's it about? Well, yeah. I do mainly a lot of survival building games on this channel. Does it have a lot of that with it? Chip and fail. Hey, these are pretty good. Both are in the forward of the ship. One refers to a structure specific for sailing ships. Ah, okay. Prequel to Gears of War. Oh, okay, gotcha. I'll have to look at it and check it out a little bit. See what it's about. The town of Chipple. Galleons of the era often had a balcony around the back. Maybe that would work. I do see what you're saying. Like a little, yes. I do see what you're saying. That's what somebody else was saying earlier, too. That's what you guys were talking about, like overlapping with a little balcony off the back of this thing. So, like, this section here. Let's, oh, wait, I gotta, like, okay, exit out of this. Floors and walls. What if we, yeah, what if we did that? Like, a little something off the back here. I don't think I'd want it super big, but like you're saying, like off the back of this section. Would that be cool? I could get rid of these pillars. We could put them, like, bump them out by one or something and make them a little skinnier on the back and almost have this, like, back section as, like, this open... I don't know, what do you guys think? Or maybe we do a full balcony, like, instead of those, maybe we do the... Let's just see how it would look big, and we can always shrink it if we don't like it. Alright, because... Is this what you're talking about, though? Like a balcony on the back of it? Because I'm open to seeing how this would look. And then we can always use these little, pretty sure we can use them. Maybe? Or I can just use, like, pillars to fill it in, but... Full balcony would be open air with a railing. Okay, so we'd want to do, like... You know, I could use the nice, these nice fences here, and we even have the nice little corner ones like that. And then I'll figure out a way to connect it, but I just want to see how that would look from far away. Some would wrap around the sides too. Yeah, I was debating that. Like, what if it went around the sides just a little bit? Even just like, even what if it went like, let's see here. There's walls like. Just a tiny bit. So, like, let's go to the fences. Put this one out to here so that we have that edge to snap on. And then we could do this, oh, is it not gonna find, like, a snapping point for us right there? Do I need an official pillar there to snap it then? Is that gonna help? I don't think it'll... Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, like this right here. Then we destroy that. We'd go to fences, put this guy here, grab a corner one, and let's see here, like that. Do this little guy. Just want to see how this would look here, and then we could kind of, I don't know how that would. Well, yeah, I could maybe do something like that, or like, probably for these sections, I'd be better off replacing this fence once I get like a floor down. Keeps getting better and better. Let's see how this looks with this balcony. You like the balcony, Alpha? Is a balcony drunken tanker? Measurement standpoints, Corvette would have a large stern castle supporting structure. You could convert this back section to dining terrace. Ooh, that could be cool. What do you think about a little balcony off the back? Is that too big? Do the railings need to be taller, or some more little posts? We'd all... yeah. What do we think? Should it wrap around the side a little more in the back section there? Kind of debating, like, you know, because we can't really walk on, like, super skinny stuff, you know? We kind of need it to be that wide if we're actually going to walk fully around it. It could be just decorative. You like it? A little balcony on the back section? Should it maybe come into that first window on the side? I'm thinking. Let's see. Let's see what we could do. Needs to wrap around more, yeah, to the window. At least that first window's what I'm thinking. Drunken tanker goes hard. Nods an improvement. All right. Let's try making this go around the side just a little bit more. So instead of ending there, we would bring it out to, oh, you know, oh no, we just had the snapping off. Right there. And then there maybe? I don't know. Let's just try a little too much maybe, and then we'll always dial it back if we need to. All right, so let's bring this little, because this is wide enough, but it doesn't stick out the full width, which is exactly what I wanted. So let's try to do this little angled fence. Let's just see how this looks. Oh yeah, that does look nice. Definitely better coming out farther. I could go one block back, but I'm thinking that's probably nice. A little hard to see in the shadow, but well, looks really good. Have a little balcony off the back section here. I do think so. Should it have little support? Ooh, yeah, that does look kind of nice in the back too. Should it have little supports that kind of tie down at an angle to the deck, you know, below, to the officers' quarters? Should it have little supports, or should it just come out like at a 90-degree angle like that? 'Cause that's kind of what I'm wondering, is if we do like some little supports angling down into the cabin below. Every ship needs its nuances. Yeah, I know, I appreciate the suggestion. I probably would not have put this here, and it does look pretty nice. So one thing I'm debating is, do we come with the balcony? That was that, but we could come a little bit less if we you know, just come out to here. We could try to do, let's see, fences. Yeah, we could do a little angled one right there. And that way it's like, that's literally smack dab in the middle of the windows. That's probably perfect. Yeah, angled supports for sure. Okay. Little angled beams on the siding. It could need them. The off section, not the sides. Wait, little angled beams on the siding? You'll have to explain more. I'm curious. Flowers below the windows. I could do a little flower thing there. Could be interesting. So yeah, let's see what I could do with these little skinny, like, I just kind of want some really skinny vertical ones. Like, what could we do with these? Oh, is that not gonna snap there? Wish we had like a first person mode. That could be interesting. I could kind of do like that. Then we could take these little like sections and create some little railing bits that kind of tie it around. Maybe that looks kind of cool. Or I leave the ones on the floor and then free place. Oh boy, can I destroy those ones? Okay. Leave the ones on the floor and then free place this middle one. I'm trying to think of how we could, oh, shoot. Can I raise? Oh, that's as high. Yeah, it's not gonna, like, free place in there at the height. Maybe temporary place a floor. Well, what I had going on there, that kind of worked. Just taking the pillars and beams and taking these little ones and just putting them like on here. Like that. Alright, the siding equals wall of ship. Little beams on the siding could make them... Angled supports. Yeah, for the siding, for the side of the ship. But where would I like the beams that you're saying though? What would I do there? Ooh, this is kind of interesting. I don't know what I'm doing here, but maybe that's how we fill it in. We could do like this nice like X pattern instead of what we did here. Yeah, then it kind of like fills in underneath like that. That's kind of cool. Okay. And then with this bottom floor section, I like what I did right there. Goat's Paradise? Yeah, your brain was screaming this boat needs a balcony. Yeah, and I do like how it looks. What do you guys think on the insides like that with the railings? That looks clean. Looks really good. I'm gonna take out these pieces and do them on the inside instead. Like that and like that. Yep, that looks very nice. And then we're gonna put these little X's on the thing. Okay. Angles, beams on the off section right. Okay, so it's the siding. Mounted to the stern castle. The sides of the balcony won't need supports. So, okay. So I think I understand what you're trying to say. I think it's what I was thinking of doing as well. Let me sleep and then see. Crispy Chiselchip. It's turning out good. And guys, it's nice and cool in here. I got the AC. Feeling freaking great. And it's keeping up on the hot day with my hot computer. How large a mahogany pillar look in between those railings? Oh, I could kind of, what I could do actually, to your point, is we could go to the fences, and I can put these guys like this. That could look really clean in between the little sections. Plan to add some stuff to the ship that was built after it stopped being a ship and become a building? Yes. Well, maybe not catwalks around it, but more like, you know, I'll do like the stairs underneath it. We'll do like some nice remodel on the inside, stuff like that. Okay, so I think let's try these this support idea. Okay, I think I understand what you guys are saying in terms of what we want to do for this balcony. Let's go down with some stairs here, and then let's bring in with a little bit of the floors and walls just to kind of be able to look. Okay, so what, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, what we could do is take, you know, these little skinny guys, or maybe not at all, maybe we just don't use beams there, I don't know yet, but we can take these ones, these really angled ones, and almost like crisscross them even. Oops, I'm gonna fall a billion times. Maybe not, no, not crisscrossed. But straight in. We could go straight in with them. Or I could do little tiny 45s, but I think just the really shallow ones. The issue is they might poke in from the outside, or they might poke into the inside. We'll see how this all looks in the end, but let's try some stuff. Yeah, I don't like them crisscrossed. So let's put oh, am I gonna be, oh wait, it snapped there for a second. Oh, come on. There we go. I got it on that side. Okay, got one there. Like that. Oh, the little... Ooh. No, I like this idea. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Just the back of the balcony, just the back. So I kind of like those little tiny ones though. That fits kind of nice. Just a little something in there. And then we would put like, yeah, like 4, just like that. Perfect. Just finished the lighthouse based off your build and had a blast doing it. Heck yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, it's a fun build. It works out well to go there. Working on a delay here. Hey, I know. Totally. It's like 5-ish seconds behind me. But yeah, those little beams, those look good. Sweet. Let's do that. And then over here, let's go ahead and actually is it floor? No. At the top. I want to there. I'm going to officially create some nice easy scaffolding for myself to walk all the way around this ship until it's done. All on the sides, and we can make this work. And then I'll have to climb back up again to do some of the stuff. But yeah, we'll do those, and then I'm honestly thinking, well, maybe we do these big ones on the back, like those. But only on this back side, where those little guys are on the other ones. I don't know, what do you guys think? Either those, or we could just do the little ones all the way around. What I could also do is almost do like a curved design, to where we take those in combination with these guys to create like this like curved like beam like that. Definitely the bigger beams here. Okay. And this is more what you were saying, is kind of blend these ones into the back, the aft. Have a question. The island you plan to make the base in the game, there is nearly generated rock spire completely on its own. What should you do with it? Ooh. That's a hard question. Put a little tower with like a rope bridge over to it or something? Get as creative as you want. You like the curve design? Going with that, you know? Yeah, it does work nice. We would just do this and this. And then we'd have this cool... That's actually really neat, because then it's like in between each of the windows there, and then we just keep the thing on the backside. I do think I would like the look of this being a little like mahogany trim on the side like that. That would look very nice. Same thing on these, like these little cross pieces. I think a little bit of mahogany. And then that's essentially the balcony right there. That's what I'm thinking. We can destroy these scaffolding pieces because they're no longer needed, and then we can take a look at it. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I did my lighthouse, was a little rock that was, you know, jut out. You could do a shipwreck on it. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing over here. Some variations of this exact island will have water connecting here, which I could do by just digging this up a little bit if I wanted to, but yeah, some of them will. Alright. Oh man, we need it not starring to look at it, but you can already see the shape. It looks perfect. It looks really good. Yeah, that's awesome. It needed a little something to break up that long straight design, didn't it? That's what we need for sure, and that looks great. Like the rock as tall as your lighthouse rock. Yeah, like a big one. Yeah, that's hard to say. What else would a pirate do on a tall rock? Maybe some people in the chat will have ideas. Cause I've got like, you know, I've got this one here, and I was planning on doing like a little rope bridge design from my tavern over to this rock, and maybe doing like a little lookout on the rock or something, a little bonfire. I don't know, something fun like that. We've got all kinds of little like this one here too that I could do something with. Yeah, looking like a proper ship now. It really is. These little details. You guys are awesome. With all of these design inspirations. Feel like I got to finish this balcony now. It's like that's the last bit before. All right, let's see, floors and walls. I also wanted to fill this in because it's just a little bit, but like that instead of what it was before. And we can yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out later, but that works. Just a little bit. And then we got to do the stripe on the other side too and do all that. There's a lot left. We got all the concepts done, but there's still a bit left to do. Okay, so pillars and beams. Go to these little ones. All right, and then we can do a pillar here, and that way we can get this one to snap into here. And we want it to go out by 2, and then one more of these little floor pieces to go right in there. And then we want the mahogany beams, that's right. Gotta do those. Okay. Those in here, and then those ones too. Alright, and then fences. And get these ones. Hey, Waddle, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you had a good stream. Hey, Kyle. I'll show you guys the shipwreck here soon. It's a little hard to see with our current, uh-oh, what did I do there? Did I destroy a pier? What the heck did I just demolish? I am now worried that I took out something important. I don't know what I just destroyed. Maybe it was the pier. I don't know. Maybe you guys saw what it was. I destroyed something. Is the scaffolding? Okay, good. Not too bad then. Did some quests? Nice. Doing some more Windrose then, I take it. Alright, let's do that, and then... Oops. Don't want one all the way down there. There we go. And then taking the pillars and beams, and let's go ahead and continue this little railing portion around. Alright, and then a few more over here. And that one's already good. Could put a little tiny, like, yeah, that kind of fills in on that side of the balcony, which actually looks kind of nice. Just a little something right there. And then did I do the little mahogany strip on this side? Not yet. Okay, there we go. That way that's finished. Those are all done, which is perfect. Okay, so now let's get down here and do these little supports. Just finished following the Tavern build. Turned out great, heck yeah. Bagel, I'm glad you liked it. Pirate life in Windrose. Hate to raid and run though. Hey, no worries at all. I really appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for bringing the party, and have an awesome night. Just a pier, I'm good. Awesome. Okay. I got worried. I was like, what did I do? I'm glad. Nothing too bad. Okay, let's get these, and then pretty sure that's how I did it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's good. And then we just did like little there and there, there and there. Okay, and we'll take the steep ones to create those nice curve looks. There we go. That's it, you guys. That's the there's our balcony on the back of the ship. Looks pretty sweet. Okay, I can always build these again. I want to I want to take them out so I can look at this thing without them in the way. This part kind of looks like it got more damage, but some patched up best they could. Yeah, this back section, I want to fill. I need to do that at some point. It's like we never really worked on this lower back section. I got to get the shape right and like do some work there. The front section is better, but I want the back to be a little more like this, you know, more like ragged, ripped up wood and like, but just a little more on it, you know? Because yeah, that lower back section needs a little work for sure. It's not fully done. I was just getting too excited to do all the rest of these parts, but but yeah, that back section just needs a little more something under it, so the captain's, you know, the whole stern castle doesn't look too floaty. Also, use your lighthouse in the second base. Is gonna use just the top part, but ended up copying the whole thing. It's just too perfect, and tapering proportions you have on it turned out perfect. Heck yeah, Lars. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I'd built it like 3 times before I figured out the whole taper thing, and was like, oh, I just need it to taper. I didn't like the look of it going straight up. It looked too beefy. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. We've got the outline for the tavern, for the pirate fortress up there. We're gonna be just chilling and building in this game for quite a while. Oh, you guys, that looks sweet. Wish you could copy a group of components to create a blueprint. I know blueprints, and well, that's gonna be something I'm looking forward to in Under a Rock. That new game that's coming out, because yeah, they have a whole blueprint system for the building. In terraforming games, blueprint systems can sometimes be hit or miss, but if it's just vertical terraforming, like in Shrouded, it'd be really hard to create blueprints that actually would look good when you paste them into your worlds. But a game like this, or Valheim, or, you know, Valheim has a mod to create blueprints. Yeah, I agree. Blueprints are just awesome. Amy K, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Crazy good. You like it, Alpha? I do too. And when we get the masts up, and like even just having a center pole up it, it's gonna really start looking like a ship. That's for sure. This island is just gonna be full of all kinds of awesomeness, I think, as we keep getting stuff built. Sweet. So yeah, I like your guys' idea of the balcony. That's perfect for back there. Let's just trim it up a little around it to make it look nice. And then actually, yeah, while I'm down here, let's go ahead and do this this other stripe, because I know I'm gonna forget about it if I don't. Oh right, this was the one that had to be in the bonfire. Let's just temporarily place one of these again. Decoration. Just so I can get some light in here. Is that rotated right? Yeah, that's good enough. I don't know if I'll have them on every one when I do it, you know, for real, but I would like a bit more light in this lower portion. Okay, yep. And right now, my computer doesn't really care if there's tons of lighting. It's the #1 thing that does lag in this game, but I just want it to be able to see in this area. In a way, we could, as a community, build it together. Did all the work. Yeah, I mean, that could be fun, though. I was thinking about doing, like, a, because I have a server, that was my resource world. But 3D Designs created a resource world and let us know about it in the Discord server. So it's like, well, I could turn that server into a little community server for members if you guys wanted to do some fun builds. That could be cool. All right, let's get. Oop, wait, not this. I want it to go from the window here. There we go. 2, 3. I love how that little gable for the roof is exactly half of one of these things. It's such a nice I don't know, the snapping in this game really, they did such a good job. Very, very happy with it. Alright, now we want these ones to be the mahogany. Oops. These windows are backwards? I don't... Are they? Did I do them all backwards? So, I am kind of debating, because I rotated them around. I know I could do them this way, but I kind of want them this way, because these ones don't open. The reason for that being that these used to be cannon holes that were then turned into windows for the ship remodel. And so I kind of wanted the pane, like, section of these. So, like, the big ones around here are all, you know, the right side facing outwards so that they open. But these ones I wanted in so that on the outside when you look at it, there's more depth and shadow, so they look more like cannon holes, you know? Because, I wanted that a little bit, so I could rotate them around, but I think about it. I was like, yeah, you're right. They're backwards. But intentionally, I think it looks a little better to leave them like that. And let's get the fat there and outline the top of these. It's intentional. You know, I didn't really think about that. I don't really remember thinking about it much when I placed them in. I just know I rotated them around in that direction because I like the way it looks. And but after thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, I think I'll leave them in that direction though. Because I do think it looks good. Okay, perfect. There is our sections. Just join the Discord, and question 3, ask what games you're interested in. And Windrose, yeah, I don't have Windrose on that. So I haven't updated that little onboarding thing in a while. I could, so as I've done a lot more games on the channel, it's hard to keep up with Discord creating a separate role for every single game. And it can get a little cluttered sometimes, but Windrose should make it in that list, because that's a big one I'm doing on the channel. Like, maybe I could remove Grounded from the list and just, like, keep it the main ones I do on the channel. So yeah, I will do that, and you can always at any time, as soon as I get that roll out, you can at any time go up into the little roles tab at the top and select it. So I'll try to do that though. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, try to get that working. All right, you guys, that's a nice view of the ship. That's a nice, it's looking cool with the balcony around the back and everything there. Definitely looking nice. I like this front section needs a little bit of a, like little boards in the, it's hard to describe this here. Let's put a, well, I'll go at it from the front side here. Show you guys what I mean for just a little bit of stuff. Did they add anything to Grounded 2 yet? Yeah, it's gotten a lot of updates since I played it. But I won't be doing any more of it on the channel. It just didn't do very well for the channel, so I'm holding off on it for that. But it's a fun game, and they've done a lot of, oh crap. They've done a lot of updates to it since I've played, for sure. Alright, can I, like... Yeah. There. I can jump down. Need to switch to just do building and games. 99. You, instead of, like, playthrough type stuff, I mean, depending, you can... Some games you can have the creative mode right off the bat. But yeah, that's kind of what I do. I'll play through the game, and then I'll just do tons of building. It's fun, and it keeps it fun for a long time. Alright, let's see here. This is what I was kind of sort of thinking, whether it was these little guys. Yeah, just a little something to finish this front. I just felt like it was missing a little something, and that definitely makes it look nice. Cool. Really liked Grounded 2, yeah. I would do like another, you know, I want to play through it again. Just for fun on my own, or with a friend, or if anyone wants to do some Grounded 2. let me know. I might want to hop back in. Busy as heck through the first week of July. I've got a trip coming up and all kinds of stuff, which is also why I've just been taking this time to like work a whole bunch. We've been doing a little bit less streams. Haven't done a video in a while, so hopefully this is good enough for you guys for a little bit to focus on this ship. But it's easy for me to just come on, you know, every Friday or something and do a stream when I don't have all the time for video edits, and when not a whole lot of games are coming out and a whole lot of new stuff happening. I figured I'd take this time to get a bunch of work done. And then that's how I'm able to cover launches or other things when they do drop. Oh, hello there. We ran out of wood. Get some more of that. Enjoy the Grounded 2 content, to be honest. Yeah, some people liked it for sure, and some existing people, but yeah, it's hard to do a whole series and edit a lot of things and put all the time in when it's actually either not growing the channel at all or hurting the channel, which Grounded 2 was. I was actually losing a lot of subscribers from doing it, which is interesting. I wasn't expecting that as much, but I can see why, partly, you know, and Grounded in particular. It has its whole community, but it's a very different style of game from some of the other ones I've done, so yeah, I can see why it's a little different. But I could still enjoy it a lot, and still do it just for fun. I don't have to do all the games I do on the channel. In fact, I play a lot of stuff that I don't put on the channel. What have you been, do you just working day job stuff midnight? Are you doing anything else? Go ahead and destroy this bonfire here. Just join the Discord. We'll put photos of the island in it and different areas of it later. Oh, heck yeah. I can't wait. Can't wait to see what you're cooking up there. Heck yeah. And anyone who wants to, feel free. Just exclamation Discord in the chat or just join through the link there. Love to have you in there. We keep having instances of spammers and Discord updates happening and breaking stuff sometimes. So I apologize for any of that. I do what I can, and we'll try to keep moderating it as I can to keep it working good. We fixed the issue that was happening before. There was some Discord update that defaulted some other thing that I set to off to be on again, and so then a spammer got around it and pinged a bunch of you yesterday. Work from home, random, it's hard to stream. Yeah, totally. No, I get you. Watch for creators as much as you do for the content itself. Yeah, that's ultimately what I'm doing here. You know, we want to build like some cool, cozy gaming community is ultimately what I love doing. A lot of you guys know it, you know. It might grow slower. Like, yeah, I could do super niched content. We could just do like challenge videos or only build videos of specific games or things like that. But then, you know, if the game ever loses its hype or something, it's like the audience goes with it. And I kind of like building a community of people and you know, with all our interests and hobbies and fun stuff, you know. And that way it's more timeless, a little less reliant on just a game. The only this you have started building is the storehouse. Oh, nice. That sounds cool. I'm gonna have to do that at some point. Might post a couple pictures as well. Do have a couple of builds kind of happy with. Currently working on a Tavern build integrated into a large, split shipwreck. We found that Spanish captain. Oh, nice. That sounds really cool. Heck yeah. Yeah, that sounds awesome. What are we thinking, you guys? Should I leave it open on the back here? Or should I close it and just have a door that's right here and just do windows along the rest of the back? What do you guys think? Need that steering wheel? We're gonna have to do that like before ending, aren't we? We're gonna have to do that. Have a new Discord now. Made it more private so no more spammers. Yeah, that's part of the thing with Discord is like, you know, there's tens of millions of users across the platform, and it can, you know, make it so that people will just join tons of servers and stuff. for my other channel, I'm actually building my own creator community. So I'm building my own equivalent of Discord. It's all self-hosted, no spammers, no ads, no nothing, no algorithms, no, like, if Discord and every social media went out tomorrow, it would be running and plenty good. So we're gonna have a full, you know, I'll fill you guys in more about that soon, but I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff for my other business, for, you know, development for creators and stuff that I've been working on, where I'll get my other channel going again, and building out a full website, course platform, community platform for creators and stuff, for that same reason of just not relying on any third-party stuff for ads or spam or anything like that. Try both, make it one style on the left. Okay, sure, let's try it. So what I was thinking, I would do something similar to what I did on the back, if we did do the walls around it. So if I did that, let's see how that would look. All right, so I would do like these little guys, right? And then we would have the open door on the back. I can just do this super quick, it doesn't take me long. So we'd go like that, and then windows and doors, and I'd just put the same ones I had on the lower portion around these sections. Like that. Oh, the stained glass windows? You think some stained glass ones? I could try that. What do you guys think of that? And then we have the door in the middle. See how they look. Do you think windows would be good? I could try the stained glass ones back here, or at least for this whole, like, upper section. Would they look good, though? They've got that whole, like, brick on the top. Or maybe these ones? Oh, wait. I could do those floor-to-ceiling, double-sashed windows? What do you think? Floor-to-ceiling? Or do we do, like, these little ones here? What do these look like? I've never built them. Oh, those look kind of nice, though. I don't know, what do you guys think? Those or the floor-to-ceiling? Those floor-to-ceiling ones, and try them? Could be kind of cool back here. Let's see what those look like. Yeah, stained glass would look good. Well, let's try them. Let's see what we got. Because I think these ones, yeah, they wouldn't be like, well, technically I could do them, like, up a little bit, you know. They wouldn't be floor to ceiling. I think it would look better if I actually destroyed these and kept those lower portions, and then, you know, rather than having them on the floor, I just think that would look a little bit better. So let's put these back. Oops. Alright, and then get these ones. I hope that's the right direction, but I guess we'll see. Oh, heck yeah. That looks pretty cool on the back. And then that's like this whole, like, beam, it makes a purpose for it to point out like that because it frames it out nicely. Oh, that looks really cool. I like the decoration in these things. I think games have the stained glass. Yeah, I could cover the stone tops with decorations. Yeah, if I did do those ones, for sure. There's the winner. Looks good. Yeah. Alright, let's go with it then. Let's go with this. And then I might not even do a door. We could just, like, have it like a nice open section. But yeah, what do you guys think of that? Looks pretty cool. A little decorative portion on the back. Getting fancier the more we go out here. These ones aren't openable. Okay, I was just curious. And then we could take the, you know, pillars and beams, grab the wide mahogany ones, and do, like, just a little frame there so you can just walk out onto the deck. Because why not? Hey, Sunflame, welcome in. That's pretty. Yeah, this is looking good. Have side doors? Okay, I could. Like here, instead of this window, have a door on the side? Or like a opening? Or maybe like here or something? I could have like one here, and then the two windows, and then one here. What do you guys think? I could. Given that this is the captain quarter area, but I don't know. He's looking for a reason to use the stained glass, not super practical. Well, that's a perfect use. Yeah, this is kind of nice. It does fit in this back. This little like cool design. It gives the back of the ship a little color too. But Robka, welcome in. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I don't know. Should I do some side doors? The doors come with stained glass? I don't know if they have. Let's see what they have for doors. I mean, they have like this large double door thing. I don't know if that's really gonna be what I want though. Oh, these are massive. They have the little guys. The floor to ceiling door sections. They have these little, this is probably more what I would use. Actually, that could be kind of decorative to put like back here. Just to have this door. That's kind of nice. Wait. Oops, I accidentally destroyed the window there. This is like, I want to see what that looks like. That's kind of decorative. I like that. We can always leave it open if I want, but I kind of like the look of it. Wait, this door set? I don't know. It's I have all the stuff unlocked. I just bought everything from it's the elegant door. So I'm guessing all these elegant sets that come from something. Vertical beams to overlap the windows, maybe? Oh, like in between them, you're saying? So, like, take these things and, like, put them, hang on. Is that even gonna let me place them? Or maybe, like, these ones? I don't think I could place it. Maybe I could place the beams and then the windows? They already kind of have the little wood in between them, but yeah, either side. So like in place of these windows here, if I destroy this and then take out both of these, what would it look like to put a door, that same door? Because it's this height, I think. Where's the one we liked again? This one here, because it gives that nice design to that the outside here, like that. To have a few door options. Is that, oh, kind of sort of goes to the edge of the deck. Hey, that works, though. Oh, replace the bigger beams. These ones here. In between the two like that one and that one, you're saying, and put some smaller ones. Okay. I could try to do that. Okay, the worry I have with this door is there's only one outside, and this side, it means it would open the wrong way and you get stuck on the balcony. So if I do side doors, because the balcony is small in here, I would just have to do them as openings. See, do you think they should be openings? Probably. And you can walk all the way around them, but tell you what, I'll trim them out nice. So let's do these nice mahogany, and then maybe even for the top we could do the wide ones here, and then some little mahogany, you know, little edge to go. Oh, that's already literally what I just did. Okay, yeah, like that. Trim out some nice little spots there. Oh, you think just keep it the side doors, not even have this back one? I don't know. I like the little wooden decoration on it. Replace in place would be a nice feature. That could be really cool. Yeah, that could be cool. All right. Well, let's try this. Let's try the beams here, and we could do them a little skinnier. All right. Or just not even do them at all, depending on how these windows look. Let's see. Could just have the windows on the back. Well, I do think a little something maybe on the inside. Let's see. Let's see what we could do. I'll keep the fat ones on that side. We'll take them out of here, because I want to continue, and then we will maybe do... I suppose this is kind of our only vertical option. Some fancier beams? I don't know. I could do these, but they're so skinny it doesn't really do anything. But these ones maybe... Yeah, I could try these, so... That would be there, and then we'd want to rotate it like those. It's not much wider though than just like the wood of the windows. So like if I don't need to, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to just destroy that window to get this out. Maybe I just leave it. Maybe just leave it the windows here. Because that looks good. Something is a little off-center with that one. That one's perfect. But this one is like... This one is a little off-center. I wonder if that's something I could fix. Yep, that fixed it. Perfect. Mahogany. So just like... Because these beams are kind of just as fat as the other ones. But... Maybe that's going to look fine. Ooh. No, I do like that. Okay. So just the elegance though, instead of the other beams for this back section. Oops. Come on. Yeah, I need to be like on the side? Why won't it drag up? That's weird. I don't know. I'm sure I've got something not snapped quite right here, but that's okay. Alright, so let's do this one all the way down. I think, yeah, these beams that's a little farther out than the other ones. This is fine. I'm sure it'll... Well, wait. What's going on over here? Those beams were able to snap a little farther out, so what happened here? And why can't I get to this? Why is this red? I don't know why. That's weird. It snapped fine on the other side. Just the windows looks good. Trace the bottom under the windows with the the mahogany wall for this. Yeah, maybe we do that. Just leave it the windows. I don't know what I destroyed there. Destroyed something that wasn't any of these. Okay. So we'll leave it the windows. Maybe they do have a side to that. I don't think so, but... Okay. I don't know what I just destroyed, but I destroyed something. Really hope it's not one of the bracing pieces. It might have been. Guess I'll never know. Yeah, just the windows, and then with this piece, just do the mahogany here. Underneath it. Yeah, an undo action, that could be kind of cool. I love that about Enshrouded. It's an awesome feature for sure. Yeah, no, I like this. I like this. Cool. That works. Yeah, this wall comes all the way out to the edge. This wall doesn't, so... Yeah, something's off just by a little bit, but that's fine. I don't know if I'm gonna get it perfect. This is so many different curves and angles, and it's pretty good, but it's good. Love the ship build is changing the way you build. Must watch. Wait, the Progringe Windrose build series? Is there? Is there the Progringe Windrose build series? With Bullaster between the angle changes? Maybe. I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to leave it like this. I kind of like that, that look. Perfectly imperfect, exactly. Let's sleep, and the morning sun will rise and shine on the back there. We'll see how good or how bad our our stuff is. Just remove the door in the middle. That does look very good so far. Just think, yeah, just not having the doors. I'm kind of maybe agreeing. It's like, it's a cool thing, but like, if you open it out this way, you block, I mean, yeah, you can close it at least, but yeah, you kind of block your way on the deck. So if I did, all right, pillars and beams, if I just did these, but not the top ones, so that we can keep them like the sides, and then did those. All right, yeah, something snapped weird. I don't know what happened, but that's fine. That works. And then we want to do the side door here. Or just side opening, I guess. Yep. So so that works. And now you can just wrap around the back balcony. I was thinking of possibly putting, you know, in the decoration, we have all these little overhangs. You know, like I could put a little like canvas overhang or one of these little guys on the sides, but that's just gonna look too much like a house, and I don't think it would look good on the ship. Like the door, fancy, the top, yeah, the top did look pretty cool, didn't it? I wonder if there is any, like... And you know, back here, what I should probably do is just continue these up to the very top of the thing here. Yeah, see, there's like 2 snapping points. This is very, very weird. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did. As long as it kind of sort of works, that'll work. So we could do like some fancy top. You know, I guess that's about what we can do, but yeah, just bring it up to the very top there, and that way it looks good. Mahogany beams to create the arch to the back door. Yeah, we don't have the arched mahogany beams, but I could use like, no, we could do something like this, and then almost like curve in a little bit. Again, this one doesn't work though, because I snapped, it's all like, yeah. I gotta like redo this back section because all the snapping got really weird. I created myself 2 snapping points. So I guess this is probably what we do, and I think it probably is better without those. But hey, it's pretty good. Mahogany panels above here. Those ones instead. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good, and then we'll leave the side, you know, portion like the deck, you know. But there we go. There is our wraparound balcony with all the windows. Yeah, perfectly imperfect's fine. Exactly. I know like the sides are fine. Like something just got messed up with all these snapping points in the back here. But that looks pretty cool. Now it feels very open back here. You can, you know, I do like you can look out over the sea. This is very cool. And now let's see what we got down here. And I also want to make sure I didn't destroy the bottom of the ship either, the little bracing pieces. Candles inside, yes, technically they would make the stained glass glow, yeah, because it is translucent, so. Alright, let's see here. Did I just go around and do a full check, make sure I didn't destroy anything? That looks pretty cool, though. Yeah, I accidentally destroyed something in there. I don't know what, though, and if I don't know what, I guess nobody will know. It's all good. Alright, let me reverse. We can kind of check this out from a little farther. Yeah, extend the arms out from the quarterdeck. Place little chandeliers for the terrace you have now. I could. I definitely could. Yeah. But yeah, there's that backside. We did it. And I think it looks pretty good. We got the full wraparound railing in the back. Got the side pieces. I think it's definitely looking pretty good. Yeah. Oh, I'm very happy with that. Go ahead and fast travel, take a look from the other side there, but so yep, today was just detail day. Adding all kinds of little things to get it from to just take shape a little more. Which is, we'll have plenty of those days. That's, you know, the basic structures of stuff goes up so fast. But all the little detail takes a while for sure. But heck, after this, I really want to be able to sail this in the game. Want to have a little back deck and stuff. Like, this could be in the game. This isn't too big or anything. Like, proportionally, this is a decent ship. This could be like the next level up from the frigate. They could put like some really powerful cannons or like a double-decker cannons or something on this, you know, if they designed it differently, or, you know, I don't know, they could do something fun with it. But yeah, that's really that turned out good. I really like it. And then we can, I love that the forecastle, the one in the front there. This adds a lot. I like what we've done here. And then I could even do a higher ceiling in this section, because we don't need to get, well, you know, we could even do like little doors under there. I don't think we'll be able to really get into the, I could get into there, but I don't think that's a possibility. Let's see. If I destroy this, can my character, no, a character officially cannot fit in between the things there, so. So no, that would not work, but with the higher deck there, I kind of want to take out this roof. And we could just do like maybe some like high storage around, like maybe leave it like that. Yeah, that's already good. And then we like keep some of the walls and do like a high storage around. And then this little section here, we could just we could arch them, so this could stay like that, and then we could put some cool beamwork, either some cool beamwork or some. Let's see, I've got an idea for here. I want to do these ones, or no, we want to go with these ones like that, and then put these over here. Well, actually, with the way this is, based on the size here, what I'm gonna do is put these ones here, actually. Put those, and then these. I think you guys see what I'm trying to do. Oops. I just want to do a little arch that kind of supports this little section. We can put like a little railing on it, but something along those lines. Or maybe I can glitch these ones in a little bit more, like, if it lets me. Oh, the game's, of course, it's not gonna let me. So yeah, we'll just do these ones then. That looks cool. Yeah, leading down to the lower decks, just like a cool little decorative, get it? Cool little thing going on here. And then we could, like, I don't know, we could do something in here with some little fences and stuff along those lines. We could put some little poles on the sides here. Obviously, like I said, I need more rope and all kinds of stuff, but that looks kind of cool. And then we can take our little beams and sort of outline this little segment here. Like that. Maybe keep that top one just exposed, because that looks kind of nice. But yeah. Something along those lines. And then we've got the stairs. We could put the little railings on the sides here, so they could almost be like a little balcony here. Yeah, I could do 4-way stairs. I really could. I kind of like the idea of having them be this little balcony on the side, you know, where we put this here and then have the little railings that go up like this, right? And then we can look down over the thing here. Or yeah, I absolutely could. I could do a stairway that comes from this side instead. Which honestly that could work. So either way, you know, you could have a stair from that side, a balcony or no balcony, you know, it could be whatever you want. Technically the stair from that side, then that might actually be the better way to wait. I kind of okay. No, I kind of like what you're thinking. Practicality wise, that's probably what they would have done. They would have had just like a simple little wall over here. So it's like this is the stairwell, right? You'd have the fence pieces on this other side. And then you'd have the stairs coming up the other side, because like that's a perfect, now we have more floor space. We can fill that in because our character can actually fit down here. And then yeah, technically that's better, because then we could come up with the stairs here. They'll come up about right here, and then we'll be able to walk around and just come right up into here. And that honestly works really well. And then we'll put the railings and supports and all kinds of cool stuff there. But yeah, that looks cool. I like that. I'll have a little more floor space. Yeah, it leaves a little open area, a little section here for sure. Oh, I like it. Fit those angled pieces together if it isn't, wait, the wall next to them? Oh, like, I see what you're saying. Like instead of doing the, I mean, the curve wall could look kind of cool, but are you talking about these? Or we could just take the, we could even take the mahogany ones. Those might look nice. Wonder how that would look here. And then we could obviously put some little something on the top, little like the little rail, big beam there or something. I don't know. Maybe the other way was better, but maybe it should be mahogany instead of this. You were probably talking about something else, though. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. But I do like the idea of this being mahogany, and then it kind of matches what I did on the other side, just for this section here. Like that. Yeah. Hey, Mina. Welcome in. The 4 must be on the other side? Wait. As will be close to the castle. I don't know what you mean as much by that. I'm in the zone, yeah. See people tripping down the stairs over the angles? Yeah, yeah. If they were too sharp, so this is probably best, because then it leaves that nice like little arch that almost follows this back one here, which looks kind of nice, and then you can kind of see out down to the lower portion. But I mean, I'm thinking this is probably a nice thing. And then once we have the fences all the way around the edges there, the mast that belongs to the front of the ship would likely go down through the floor. Oh, where I just put the stairs? I'm thinking it's probably, so this isn't the center mast at all. This was just a test. The center mast is probably gonna be back here. The front mast is likely going to go right through the floor, like it might literally go here, which is why moving the stairs that direction is probably the move. I think, you know, because let's build up like a little pole as an example here. Pillars and beams, let's just do like, yeah, we could put up like a little thing there. That's about where I'd probably have the mast. No, I see what you're saying. It's probably, yeah. I might, depending on, we'll get the center mast done first, and then depending on how things look, we may move those stairs back, and then have that foremast go up there. Yeah, no, after looking at it, I do agree. I think it does need to go right up next to the, that's how it would be, right? Like if we look at the frigate and stuff, it kind of bumps up right up next to the forecastle section there. Yeah, we'll see how things look. If we gotta change the stairs, we gotta change them. That's fine. I was just thinking it'd be a cool design with what they are here. But yeah, it's true. We may need to have them be like here and then come around, which is fine as well. Center mast called the main mast. Okay. Yeah, I do think that's probably far back. Because if I go to the, let's see where they placed it for the frigate. And just relative to the stairs where everything is. Yeah, the back mast was here, you know, pretty much right next to the captain's quarters with a little space. The main one, and then the fore one here. Yeah, pretty much right up, like, it's even on, yeah, and the stairs are behind it, so yes. You got the front things, you got the little stairs that go down to here. And then the big mast that comes out of there. I feel like mine needs to be way bigger, but we'll figure it out. I don't know. I might like free play some stuff to thicken it up a bit. But yes, no, you guys are right. We were gonna want that foremast to be really a bit farther up, like right next to that the forecastle deck area. Yeah, the mast will be more important. Exactly. We're gonna want to prioritize the mast placement over the stairs. I like the way the new stairs look, but that's okay. It's totally fine. It was just a little idea, and yes, I do think that mast is gonna need to be a bit more in the front. The longer slanted sides that didn't fit together before, if there's no wall next to it, you can slide one into the other. Oh, okay. For the longer, I see what you're saying. And what I try to do, phasing these little angled pieces into each other. But yeah, you guys, I think you're probably right. Where this mast is gonna likely go like about right here, like exactly where the stairs are. If I put like a little, you know, if I put a little thing there, and we take a little back look. How many hours did I spend? This surprisingly not many. 6 hours? Maybe 6 to 8 hours? Building this? It's 100% on streams, and this is only the second stream building it. Yeah, that's probably at least where the front one's gonna go. Maybe even farther up. Maybe even like right, you know, a whole nother notch. But yeah, absolutely, we're gonna have to either move the stairs or keep the stairs there and put the mast going down. But either way, even though the mast is going down, that pole's gonna be right through where the stairs would have gone. So yeah, but no, I agree. That foremast might even have to go farther forward than that, kind of on the upper deck, kind of, which is fine. Yeah, thanks, Isaac. Oh, it really is looking great. I love how it's turning out. So yeah, with that, I think I'll wrap up this stream. We'll do a bunch of mast work on it next week. There's a small chance I'll be live either Saturday evening or Sunday or something if Crimson's around for a little bit of Subnautica. If you guys want some of that, we could try to set something up. But yeah, we'll get the proportions right. We'll start laying out the mast, doing some more work on it next week. Yeah, a little more forward with that mast. Yeah, I think so. I think at least another panel forward will be well on the deck, which is totally fine. That works. Yeah, we'll just have to see where things land, how tall we make them, you know, how stuff looks like, but man, it's looking freaking awesome. What we did today, definitely, yeah, keep the stair and move the mast further. Yeah, okay, so we keep the stair, but just reverse it to where it originally was, and then we put the mast, you know, coming down, like, kind of in the front there. But yeah, thank you all for the cool ideas as well. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for stopping by. yeah, this is freaking awesome. The balcony, the suggestions you guys gave today was perfect. This is super super great, and it's coming along really well. I can't wait to continue this build. Definitely something that is unique and not something I can do in another game. So there you go. There's the awesome bit about Windrose. It's all the beamwork and stuff. You can just build stuff like this from scratch, which is really cool. So I really appreciate y'all stopping by. Be sure to subscribe, follow if you're watching on Twitch or Kick, and join the Discord server if you'd like to be in there. We'll also do some more build showcase streams and stuff in the future, especially when I get back from my trip in July. We've got some people wanting to show some Enshrouded builds and Windrose builds and stuff. Can't wait to do some more of that. But yeah, in the meantime, share screenshots, inspiration, all that good stuff, and I'll see you all next time. Alrighty, cheers everyone.